All right, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. What's up, what's up, what's up? Man, let me go check this out and make sure that y'all can actually see me. All right, it's going. That's what's up. All right, man, we got 19 people in the building, 18 likes. Looks like you guys can see my face. Man, yesterday we're going to redo this birthday. We're going to redo the birthday live stream. I told you I'm taking a birthday week, man. So yesterday messed up my live stream for my birthday. So I get to be happy this morning. I'm going to fake like it's still my birthday and be happy this morning. Chillville, they trying to drug test Spence. I've been training for 14 years consistently and I can spot when somebody is on something. What you talking about? You think Spence is on something? Man, that happens every fight. That's an every fight thing, man. That dude is VADA tested. What's the problem? Just a fan in the building. What's going on? Stay connected. What's happening, man? Gilbert Jimenez in the building. What's going on? Be Easy said, Grand Rising Birthday King. Let the celebration continue and chop up some great boxing talk. Absolutely, man. I'm letting it go. Man, it wound up being a good day. It was a good day, though, man. Hey, 1 second, man. Let me make sure. Hey, let me get my man, Tyrone. My man, I'm sorry if I missed your super chats yesterday, cash apps yesterday. And dude, and trust me, I don't want to. He said, good morning, OG. You missed my cash apps yesterday. Let me go to and just double check on the mugs from yesterday. Tyrone Joseph said, okay, check the ass. Oh, check the cash app more frequently, big bro. Absolutely. I'm going to keep it right here, man. It's right. It's going to be right here. And he also said, man, happy born day, OG. Black don't crack, baby, 100%. Absolutely. I've got it sitting right here, man. I got it sitting right here. That's my bad. I do need to do that more frequently. And thank you guys so much for the support, man. But let me go through. Let me continue to go through this. CB Black, what's going on, brother? He said, said, what's up, Fanon? Wayne Jones in the building. Alonzo Lambert, what's going on? Said, did Lion Ryan run from another fight? Who did he run? What fight did he run from? He jumped out of the he didn't jump out of the Togo fight, did he? If he jumped out of the Togo fight, man, something's going wrong, man. What's going on? David Castro in the building, man. Steven said, good morning, Martin. Good morning, Fanon. I hope you had a great birthday post live stream yesterday. Good morning, Boxing Peeps. Nah, man, it was absolutely, YouTube was messing up. So a lot of people couldn't get in the chat. And really just is kind of messed up the whole chat yesterday. I don't know if it wound up getting fixed later on, man. But I don't know, man. Is Fanon on? I'm says waiting here. Okay, I'm here. Yeah, I was a little bit late. Just a fan. Gilbert, what's going on, brother? Big Shrek in the building. Say good morning, King Fanon. Ready to hear you preach another boxing sermon. Let's make the boxing devil mad. Oh yes, sir. Chillville in the building. All right, so that's where I was with that. Let me go down here and make sure. All right. Ryan says he can't make 135 anymore. Gary, man, and that dog, it's gonna be over for him. He ain't ready to move up to 140. Ryan Garcia 140. Man, I don't believe it, man. Trust me, I do not believe it. Dang, my man, D Code in the building with the big cash app, brother. Thank you so much, brother. Thank you so much, brother. Thank you for that support, bro. That's huge. Thank you, man. They said Ugas is also on something. Look, man, I didn't see that yet. But look, here's the thing, man. Chillville, I got it, man. I checked that cash app. Thank you, brother. That's you, Chillville? Chillville, you my dude, man. Thank you, bro. I figured that I saw the yo, but I didn't say your name. It's okay. I got you. Decode is Chillville, brother. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate you. So when he said yo, for all y'all know, that's the big noops. That's big noop right there. Ryan Bodies Regis. Yeah, good luck on that, man. Happy birthday again, Noob. Check your cash app. I got you. Thank you, brother. Thank you so much, Chillville. Oscar will make sure they carefully navigate Ryan through 140 pounds. Yeah, man. Okay, Bearcat M said, heard on another podcast, Victor Conti is throwing suspicion on Ugas about juicing, saying there's no testing for Spence versus Ugas. How would he know if there's no testing? How would he know if there's no testing? There is VADA testing in there. Hey, Tyrone Joseph said, it's payday for me. It's payday, OG. That's what's up, brother. Thank you, man. Much love in that sport. Hey, man, much love in that Cash App, Mr. Joseph. That's huge. Thank you, brother. It definitely means a ton. Thank you, man. Man, y'all kicking it in today. Thank you so much for the support, making them haters sick, man. By the way, I got a shoot on site today. Let me make sure. Let me see this. I'm just going to tell you right now. First of all, I don't give any credence to that to the steroids talk, man. That's Victor Conti bumping his lips. They don't pay attention to Leonard Conti when he says a whole bunch of people are on steroids. But there are a whole bunch of people on steroids. You know what I mean? There are most definitely a whole bunch of people. Hold on one second. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of people on juice. So, if you want to suspect them, that's fine. But if they don't test positive, leave them alone like everybody else. Period. You know what I'm saying? If they don't say anything else, if they don't say anything about if you don't test positive, leave them alone. I can speculate that he's on steroids. Okay, great. You think he's on steroids. So what? If he don't test positive, same rules as everybody else, man. Just keep it pushing. Leave it alone. Because you got guys that are literally testing positive and they keep it pushing and leave it alone. You know what I mean? So I'm not really sure, that I really care. But hey, man, I'm about to tell you somebody. Hold on one second, man, because I caught these clowns, man. Yesterday, I didn't catch these clowns. Somebody else caught them clowns. Where'd it go, man? Where'd it go? Hey, I didn't catch him. Let me be clear about that. I didn't catch nothing. Hold on one second, though. Make sure I get this name right. Yeah, you never show up. Okay, yeah, I see you, brother. I'm about to get you. It's on site for you, homie. Be Easy said it doesn't matter. Spence is getting Ugas out of there anyway. Look, man, yeah, my thing is I don't care, man. Yeah, I mean, seriously, I care about the people that have actually tested positive and doing something about that. If they don't do anything about it and they allow certain people to be on steroids, look, man, you can't blame anybody else for getting on them because you don't care about certain people's, and then other people can be like, look, man, how else am I going to make a living if I don't? You know what I mean? How am I going to make a living if I don't? You know what I'm saying? But it'd be interesting. Sorry about that. Yeah, I had to jump out because my sound messed up real quick. You got it? Yeah, I'm back. You guys should hear me now. We're back. Absolutely, we back. 2 days of channel working now. Yeah, hey, it is, man. It was just been crazy. But it is what it is, man. We just got to get past it. Let me check this real quick because I'm not messing. I appreciate cats not messing y'all over today on that. Anyway, the devil boxing is mad again. Yeah, messing up. Hey, Streeter, man, much love in that, man. Thank you for that support, man. Showing the love the show. Keep up the good work. Thank you, brother, man. Much love in that super chat, brother. Thank you so much, bro. Hey, what's going on, Nelson? How you feeling this morning, man? Good to see you. Nardo Williams said, "Good morning, folks. Just tuning in." Jeff Campbell, second birthday to the boy for 9. Hey, man, hey, I gotta get a redo. We gotta do a redo on the birthday. Or at least for the chat. For the rest of the day, you know, it is what it is, man. But I usually don't celebrate birthdays. Yesterday, I had a good time, man, at the house with my wife. Watched, ordered some food. She went to pick up some food, brought it home. It was really, really delicious. I really haven't eaten like that in a while. You know what I'm saying? Hey, my man, Keith Nolan, much love in that super chat, brother. Said, props for working through a tough situation with YouTube yesterday. Thanks, man. Yeah, that was really, really frustrating, man. Much love in that super chat, brother. And, hey, thank you to everybody that supports in the super chat and the Cash App. It really does mean an absolute ton. Thank you so much, man. Really, 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 really. Anyway, RJC said, do you think Kambosos lowballed the Haney contract, which is why Haney hasn't signed yet? Look, he can't lowball because of what Devin Haney said. You can't lowball him. He said he'll take whatever. Give me the same contract as Lomachenko. He said, look, Lomachenko didn't take that much money. Well, at least he implied that. He didn't say it. He implied that Lomachenko didn't take much money, and he just was like, hey, whatever, I want the fight. So make me an offer, and I take it, and I want the fight. You know what I'm saying? However, when you said you're going to take whatever to get the fight done, man, money's not important and all that. No, man, he didn't lowball him. He can't lowball him. He said whatever. He said he's going to do whatever it needs to take. Well, the money's not the issue for him. So if the money's not the issue for him, as long as there's money on that paper, you got to take that. You got to take it, man. Be true to your word. And that's real, you know? Now, at the same time, let me say this. I don't know if he's not accepting it or not. You really can't go off what you hear on YouTube. And I mean that. And I do videos all the time. You have to really not all of this stuff works out at the end of the day. What the videos that people put up really are just, they're conversation pieces to have about boxing because, shoot, we all boxing fans. Hey, my man Tyrone in that Cash App, brother. Much love in that Cash App, bro. He said, tell him, get them likes up, hit that like button. Yes, sir. Hey, man, let me check it out because I don't even know how many likes we got because I'm on the other page trying to be sensitive and not touch this computer so I don't lose my Hey, yeah, man, come on, get them likes up, man. We got 187 people in the building. We only got 100 likes, man. Y'all can get them likes up, man. Hey, brother, thank you so much, Tyrone, for that support in the Cash App, brother. And my man Jeremias Josias says, shout out from Lowell, Massachusetts. Thank you, brother, man. Shout out to Lowell, Massachusetts, man. And thank you so much for that support. It means a lot, man. Just so you know, man, cats like you are what allow the channel to continue to go and allow the conversation to continue to go. So thank you very, very much for the support, bro. A Beezy in the building. What's going on, man? A Beezy, what's going on? Yeah, we missing like 80 likes, man. So yeah, before I move on to the next one, let me get what we're talking about. Yeah, so I don't know for sure whether or not Devin Haney has accepted it or not accepted it. You know what I mean? Because it's like we talk about it every day. But we'll hear soon, right? However, as far as what he said in the public, he can't go out in the public talking about they lowballed him. Because you said you would take whatever it was that Vasily Lomachenko was going to take. That's what he said. Right after it looked like Lomachenko was going to get the fight. Well, came back, and you know what the saying is, yesterday's prices wasn't today's prices. If Lomachenko took a lower offer than Devin Haney did, they're not going to go back to it. Terry Schmoo said, Devin can't accept like 158 can. Why can't he? You can accept $150,000. There's all kind of fighters fight for less than $150,000. A whole lot of people fight for less than $150,000. Why can't he fight for less than $150,000? Hey, man. Just because that's a cool million to Lomachenko, hey, man, it is. You got to take that fight, man. Oh, he said, Fanan, did you hear Ryan Garcia is fighting at 140 because he can't make weight? They renegotiated for the fight for a 140-pound fight against Togo. Hey, man, it is what it is. Hey, look, man, it is what it is, man. Got to move on up. You know, He's a tall guy, man, so it makes sense that he can't make 140. Who knows? But if it is what it is, man, as long as he got enough time, he decides to move to 140, going up there to 140, man. I don't know what's going to be waiting for you up there to 140, though. There's a lot of rough boys up there, man. There's a lot of rough. There's a whole lot of rough boys up there, you know. So anyway, when Terry Smooth said 150 is a champ, yeah, man, 150K. Go ahead. Go ahead and make that 150. Dude, once you say you'll take anything, you got to take anything. That's what it is. Isn't that what you do? Be a word. Don't be cap. Don't cap. Ain't that the no cap creed? Ain't this cap proof? If you cap proof, you can't say something and then switch up on it, right? Isn't that the thing? If he doesn't take it, hey man, I wouldn't hate on him. You know, it'd be whatever, man. Go ahead and push off, man. You know, and somebody else will take that money. Somebody else will take that money. But look, the man said he would take whatever Lomachenko took. If that's what Lomachenko took, then and he said he'd take it, what else you want? It's right there. You can't get out of that. But I'm telling y'all, that's when you got to be kidding. Now, I'm not saying that Devin did this because he very well may take it and the fight may get made. I'm waiting to hear, just like everybody else. But I'm telling you, that's what all that boy that cried wolf crap goes. You know, because I'm telling you, it's going to turn around. It turns around on you. It turns around on you when you're all loosey-goosey with your standards. Eventually, boop, something comes back on you. And then you got to live up to the same standard as you were holding other people to. And if you don't, you're a hypocrite. And once you're a hypocrite, you know, ain't too many things worse than being a hypocrite. You know, an occasional hypocrisy. Hey, man, my man, Tyrone Joseph said, drop the dub. Drop the dub in Blue Blood's voice. Hey, thank you, brother. Drop that dub, man. Appreciate you, brother. Yeah, I need to get me some more fancy vernacular. Drop the dub. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much for that support, brother. That means a lot. Thank you very, very much, bro. Yeah, that dropping that 2-0. I like it, that yellow. Drop that. It'd be that gold, man. Drop that dub. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you, man. That's huge. My man Bill Haney said they want to see proof of Lomachenko's signature. That's the holdup. What? They want to see proof of the signature. They want to see the proof of the signature. They want to see, oh yeah, we're not going to accept it unless man, you better take that fight, man. They ain't trying to hear that. Here's the contract, homie, right there. You want to see proof now? Hell no. What, now you want to see proof? Oh, now I got it. Oh, hey, hold on. Oh, I see his signature on there. Call Lomachenko so I can verify that's his signature and he really took that. Dog, you better get up out of here, dog. Heck no. Hell no. You talked yourself into a pay cut, man. Dog, don't blame that man. Don't blame. If you talk yourself into a pay cut, dog, you cannot blame that other dude, bro. You cannot. Hey, man, somebody, my man DH, brother, with the birthday love, man, said happy birthday, dropping that 2 fizz ive. There you go. See, I'll do it the Chicago talk. Doing that deuce fizz ive. Said happy belated birthday, brother. Blessings. Hey, DH, brother, thank you so much, man, for that support and that cash app, bro. That means a lot, man. Thank you so much. Thank you, bro. I can't tell you, man. Y'all, thank you for the blessings. And my man, Bean Tails in the building. What's going on, Bean Tails? Much love in that cash app, brother. Thank you so much for supporting. Thank you for supporting the channel, man, and keeping the channel rolling. Because that is, I'm telling you, it's the only way it rolls, bro. Thank you. What's going on, John Page in the building? What's going on, brother? Hey, let me tell you though, man. Let me tell you something. First of all, I didn't hear him say that, so I have to preface it by I didn't hear Bill Haney say that. However, if he did, but I didn't hear him say that, if he did, man, what do you mean? What do you mean you want to see his signature? If they show him his signature, then what's the deal? Oh, yeah, that's his signature. How would you be able to verify Vasily Lomachenko's signature? How do you verify that? Somebody could just sign Lomachenko and send it to you. How would you verify that? You know what I'm saying? You'd have to call up. What are you going to call Lomachenko and say over in the Ukraine and say, Lomachenko, can you verify that this is your signature? Hey, man, at a certain point in time, dog, it's the man's word. He'd be like, look, this is what we offered him. This is what he accepted. Are you going to accept this or not, man? Here, and if you don't accept it, dog, cap. You know the word, cap. Oh, man. Hey, by the way, yeah. Hey, you know that troll, Terry Schmoot, the one yesterday, the one that was out there instigating. Thank you for sending me that. I don't really care too much about what goes on outside my own channel, but it was good to know that just cats, you just some instigating dudes. Jason Raya, what's going on, brother? How you doing, man? Thank you so much for the support, bro. And seriously, man, thank you for that 99, that .99. That means a lot. Thank you, bro. You said, nah, everyone been lying lately. Look, man, hey, I don't know about everybody lying. All I'm telling you is this. Because you guys told me about it. I was like, hold on, man. He says that he'll fight for the same amount of money as Vasily Lomachenko. I remember like yesterday. Because my reaction is, why wouldn't you say you'll beat that deal? Because then he may turn and fight you. If you beat the deal for the same money, why would he deal with you? You know what I mean? For the same money. But since he said he would do it for the same money, but you know what the deal is. They thought that fight was already gone when he said it. They already thought that fight was gone because how are you going to predict an invasion of Russia into the Ukraine? You can't predict that. All right. So they didn't think they were going to get that fight when they said that. That's why I was like, that sounds a little funny because if you're really trying to get it, you would try to beat the deal and instead of trying to equal it. Now, if they say we just waiting on proof that that's what Lomachenko really accepted, what if they don't give you the proof? Then what? What if they don't give him the proof? What if they say, no, I'm not giving you any proof. You're going to take the fight or not? I'm not giving you any proof. This is it. What? I can't. What do you mean? And plus, how am I going to prove it to you? You know what I mean? Here you go. This is the contract with my signature on it. His signature. How are you going to verify that? You know what I mean? And I don't even know. Are you supposed to be showing people other people's signatures? I don't know. But anyway, it is what it is, bro. Quincy Carter said Bill knew the war was coming for nine. Nah. He didn't know that war was coming, man. Come on, man. He didn't know that. That fight was done. You know, that fight is done. That's it. And then boom, it was over like that. Hey, y'all make sure y'all hit that like button, man. What's going on, Anthony Johnson? He said it's the same thing he said to JoJo about the Ryan deal. That he would fight him for the same amount of money. Yeah, then the Ryan deal fell through and he fought JoJo. But look, man, nothing is official until the networks announce the fight. Simple. Oh, all the time. No doubt about it. Ain't nothing official ever until they walk in the ring. They can the network can announce a fight and it ain't official. It is not for certain to happen until they walk in that ring. And that is most definitely the truth, man. Most definitely the truth. Hey, what's going on, Victor Mack? How you feeling, man? So Oscar going to move Ryan strategically for a title shot? Yeah, absolutely he is, man. Come on, you know that. Ryan Garcia ain't about to fight nobody anytime soon, especially at 140 pounds. Plus, when is the last time Golden Boy had anybody fight anybody? You know what I mean? Golden Boy is, I'm telling you, man, I think that organization is sticking together off glue and tape, holding that whole thing together, man. I don't believe that, man. He said, hey, RC said, movie reference, Haney, show me the money. Loma, show me the money. Hey, Tanny P said, blessings for now. Sorry I missed yesterday. Happy belated birthday. Thank you. Yeah, but you know what it is? The live stream was all messed up because of technical issues with YouTube, man. William Ward said, Fanon, hey, can go get an old contract from one of his previous fights. Yeah, I guess they could, but dude, here's the thing, man. You can forge that. What's the next one? Nah, man. Okay, sure. And I'll just forge. That's a forgery. Man, anyway, I'm just messing around, man. Just take it, man. Hey, Benjamin who say, Fanon, do you see the way Errol looks? Yeah, man, that dude looks in shape like a champ. He looks like in shape. He looks like he's in shape, man. Super shape. Absolutely, man. Hey, man, we got 351 people in the building. 174 likes, man. Y'all press that like button as y'all come in the door. And again, thank you to everybody that's been supporting in the Super Chat and the Cash App. I greatly appreciate it, man. Thank you. Caesar TMG said, isn't Blair, yeah, golden boy, Ryan should go to 140 and let Gary Antoine and Russell break his jaw. They're never going to feed that boy, man. They're never going to feed that boy. They're never going to feed that boy to them guys. Man, I don't even want to talk about golden boy fighters. Golden boy fighters do not fight people. That's just it. Like, except for Virgil Ortiz. Virgil Ortiz, it looks like they'll put him in. I believe they'll put Virgil Ortiz in there with somebody. But Jaime Munguia, no. Jaime Munguia, no. And Ryan Garcia, no. Sinisa Estrada, they'll let Sinisa Estrada fight somebody. And they'll let Virgil Ortiz fight somebody. Other than that, I don't believe they're going to let anybody. I don't believe they're making any fights with those people, man. I have not, and they will not, and they're not making fights with PBC fighters. Jaime Munguia turned down Jamal Charlo, dog. That's all I needed to see with that. Like, come on. Oh, no, yeah, DAZN has to be involved in this one. I mean, you know, it's our network. It's our loyalty to the network. That's what's most important now. Now it's your loyal. It's not belts. It's your loyalty to the network. Ramen Turner said, hey, Devin Haney talks so much ish. He need to take the deal already, no matter what it is. I mean, you're kind of stuck. He's kind of stuck, you know, kind of stuck. You definitely talked himself into a corner with that one. Like, definitely. And they're going to take advantage of that. You said money wasn't important to you. You would take whatever Lomachenko had, whatever Lomachenko took. This is what he took. And I ain't proving it to you. Okay? You're going to take this and come get this fight or not. We made an offer to you. Are you going to accept the offer? If he turns this offer down, that means there have been 2 offers that they turned down for that fight. Devin's about that money, okay? Devin's about that money, then just say Devin's about that money. And he ducked Kambosos, right? You say you'll do something, you turn around and don't do it. That's a duck. That's a duck, man. That's a duck. Daryl Thigman, what up, Fanon? Happy birthday. Can anyone, hold on, let me back up. Hey, what's going on, man? What's the topic, y'all? The topic right now, the topic right now is somebody talking themselves into a very, very, somebody talking themselves into a hole, my financial hole. Hold on one second. Where'd it go? Daryl Thigpen in the building. He said, what up, Fanon? Happy birthday. Anybody say we tank contract up with, anybody say when Tank's contract is up with Mayweather Promotions? Please answer somebody. I don't know, man. Don't know, but he's going to re-up with them anyway, man. He ain't going nowhere. Tank ain't going nowhere from them, man. Tank ain't going nowhere from Tank just get mad every once in a while and expresses it. That's it. He just gets mad every once in a while and lets everybody know that he's mad every once in a while. Other than that, you know, that's all that is, man. You know, I don't put too much into it. As far as people taking advantage of him and all of that, I did the video. Like I said, man, they're in business together. They're in there. They're out there to make money. They are not there because they love each other. You know what I'm saying? Quincy Carter, Devin want to make that money back. He spent on that jewelry. He spent a lot of money. Man, I spent $1 million this year on jewelry. Man, why would you spend $1 million on jewelry? That's like, man, that's the first thing came through my mind, man. Why would you spend $1 million? First of all, if you really did. Because right there when he said it, I was like, man, I don't believe that. I think you're smarter than to spend $1 million on jewelry. That's just a slap in the face of a lot of cats that work really hard. And you taking the future for granted. You know? Don't take the future for granted, man. You 20, dog, you should be stacking. God, dog. Like, that much money, man, you should be stacking. Period. And that's it. Like, you're not going to get any more women going to love you because you got more gold. You got a big stack of dough in the bank. Like, what do they care about your... No, you don't have to attract women with your chains when you have that much money. You just walk in with a regular t-shirt on and regular pants. And they'll be like, that's Devin Haney. That dude's worth $20 million. Really? Whoa, hey, baby, how you doing? That's it. You spend jewelry, money on jewelry as an investment, man. I have never heard jewelry is a good investment. Ever. I've never heard anybody that invests money tell me that jewelry is a good investment. That is not a good investment. Absolutely not a good investment. Robert Jaramillo said, Fanon, happy birthday, best boxing channel out there. Hey, thank you, Robert Jaramillo. Much love in that super chat, brother. No, bro. Real estate is a good investment. The S&P 500, stocks that follow the S&P 500 is a good investment. You know what I mean? Education for your children is a good investment. Those are good investments from what I understand. I ain't the best with money, though. I will tell you. I'm trying to get better, though. No joke. I'm trying to get better quick, bro. Terry Schmoo said, don't duck my question. My bad. Well, ask it again. You know I answer your questions. You keep talking about Devin. I'm not trying to talk about Devin. I keep getting in trouble with Devin all the time. Be Easy said, jewelry depreciates as soon as you leave the store. Absolutely it does. It wasn't worth it wasn't worth what it was priced in the store. It's a fucking rock. Excuse me. It's a rock. All right? Like that, I don't care what anybody. Every time I look at diamonds, I'm like, man, that is a shiny rock. That's a shiny rock. They are charging you how much for that shiny rock? Do you know the markup on that shiny rock? Man, that's like a 10,000% markup on that shiny rock. Buying land is the best investment. I'm just telling you. I ain't big on investment, but I ain't never heard that that's a good investment. But anyway, just knock yourself out. Do you, bro? Do you? It ain't on me. All I'm saying is I knew cats that got a lot of women, dog, and they really didn't need any jewelry to do that. It's not required. You know what I'm saying? A nice watch, a nice ring, maybe a nice chain, but dude, you do not need 15 layers of metal on you, man. It's not necessary, okay? It's massive overkill. Hey, got me for now. Where you at? Hey, let me go back and do this, man. Anyway, I don't want to keep going on all that, man. As soon as I see your next comment, I'm gonna read it, Terry Schmoot, for sure. KD said, Fanon, plus he posted that the day after his fight with JoJo with a boastful cash-in, stunting on some fans that pay for his fights with their hard-earned money. It's distasteful. Hey, man, it's distasteful to certain people for sure. It is. Not me. I don't really trip. Only spend your money on what you want to spend your money on. At the end of the day, it ain't my money. It's your money. Knock yourself out, bro. He said, I have over 150K in jewelry. Guess what my net worth is? 150K. Okay. Cool. Knock yourself out, brother. I ain't arguing with you. Be Easy said, that's a slave mentality changed around the wrist and neck. I mean, it is. I don't wear jewelry personally, because I got big floppy earlobes. So really, until I gained a bunch of weight, earrings will look really crazy on me. All it did is highlight how big my ears are. So I was like, nah, I'm good on all of that, man. And then after that, dude, I just lose chains. I'm not big, man. He says, stop, man, metal and rock. Wow. What? That's what it is. It's a rock. Dude, a car has purpose. You can ride around in a car. You have your own personal things. If people like what they like. Me, when I look at diamonds, I just see a shiny rock. That's it. That's my mind tells me that is a shiny rock. That's all it says to me. That's a shiny rock. That's some metal. That's some pretty metal, and that's a shiny rock. That's all it says to me. When I see a car, hey, Jamal Washington, just move on, man, brother. I appreciate you coming, but don't complain, man. If I see a really nice car, I'm like, man, with a little itty bitty seat, and I'm like, man, that's a rocket ship on wheels. I don't really need that. Now, I would like a really nice car that is practical, but that's just me. That's not what you have to do in your life. That's just me. You know what I mean? Yeah, you need a car. You need a car. Do you need a Bugatti rocket ship? Do you need a rocket ship to roll around Baltimore in? Do you need a rocket ship without wings? Maybe not, man. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, it's practical. You know what I'm saying? There's some practicality to that, but there's some usefulness to that. A jewelry to me, man, it's just not useful, man. That's me anyway. So let me back up off of that, man. You know what I'm saying? You guys do yourself with that, man. Remember Shaka Zulu? How do you trap a monkey? Exactly, man. Literally, these dudes is melting. These guys ain't wearing that, man. These guys getting you, bro. Like, man, I was in a box. Here's a boxing match. We'll talk about the boxing match of it, all right? Hey, Bud is classy. Hey, DH, Bud will never fight Boots. Let me talk about Bud. Bud is classy. Easy. When I saw Bud, I was like, see, it was impressive to me. I was like, look at this dude. All these other guys, man, just layered and stuff. Man, all that dude had was I think he had to have like a simple chain on. He had a simple chain on, a relatively nice watch, and that was it. I was like, all right. Everybody knows that's Bud. That's just Bud. And it was nice. I was like, all right, yeah, I can respect that. That's just me, though. Tyrone Joseph said, our African ancestors wore gold, but we can't. Hey, man, knock it out. Wear some gold, man. Hey, dude, if gold was not, your African ancestor did not pay all that much money for the gold they were wearing. The gold that they were wearing is a pretty metal. It's not, if that's what you like, wear it. I'm saying, how much money are you spending on it? They were wearing gold because they had gold in the ground. You know what I'm saying? They take the gold out of the ground. They melt the gold. There's flexible metal. It's attractive. It's beautiful ornamentation, all of that. Absolutely. My thing is, how much money you paying for that? You know what I mean? They were wearing gold. Absolutely, they were wearing gold. They wore diamonds too. However, that's because they were taking the rocks and the metal around them and creating jewelry. They were not going down to the corner. They were not spending. They're not spending 10 times. They were not, you know what they weren't doing? They were not paying 500,000. They were not paying 500,000 chickens for that piece of metal off somebody. I doubt if they were, bro. You know what I'm saying? So don't get me wrong, Terry. Knock your gold out, knock your diamonds out, do what you do. I don't have a problem with it at all, man. You know what I'm saying? LA Will said, okay, $1 million might be a bit much. Yeah, you think so? For some rocks, dog, and some metal, man. You can say what you want. That's rock and metal right there, brother. That's rock and metal right there, bro. That's the essence of it. You know what it is to me? And I'm gonna get off this. We're gonna get on boxing in a second. You know what that stuff looks like to me? One day, because I used to like to go to strip clubs when I was younger, right? And then one day, I went there for lunch, and I just looked all around me, and I realized, you know what? This place is kind of stank. Like when the music's off, and you're not drinking, and the lights aren't shining, this is really kind of a hole in the wall spot where people are just taking their money and throwing it at women for the sake of showing each other that they're throwing money at women. And I was like, you know what, man? I am not making it rain. It's like a trans sucker move, man. I'm trying to tell you, man. Those are sucker moves, bro. But when you're like 20 years old, yeah, man. Hey, that's where everybody's partying. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, man. Whatever, dog. You know what I mean? Do you, bro? He said, what's the difference between the smooth stones you find at the beach and the value of a diamond? Neither. They're both stones, and man has to put values on it. You not lying. Yeah, pretty much, brother. There ain't nothing. What's the difference between a diamond and what's the difference between copper and that, dude? You know what I'm saying? He said, for now it's Trick Daddy. Now one never was Trick Daddy, but I'm telling you, it is what it is, man. Alexander Lott said, you gotta be stopped, man. Yeah, it is. I mean, it's just, dude, literally, man. Sorry. I'm telling you, I'm 53. Okay. So I've been through my 20s. I've been through my 30s. I can look back on those times, man. I remember what it was. And I'm like, wow, you know what? Man, I should have just been in my room studying. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I should have just been studying. Maybe just get your girlfriend. You know what I mean? Get your girlfriend or your boy, a couple of people, hang out in your apartment, you know, for a little while, have some drinks, you know, dance, whatever. Nobody gets shot, any of that stuff, man. He said, rare metals are not the same as some rock on the beach. Premium pit bulls. Not too much. They're still rocks on a beach. They are still rocks on a beach. And a diamond is a rock on a beach. Believe it. That's how they dig them up. They have sections in Africa where they dig it up and they bring them all up and they sell them in bulk to somebody like the Rothschilds, and they shine them up. They jack the price by 10,000%, and then they sell them in bits to other people, and they wind up with your local jeweler who then designs it like you want. Gold is a rock, my friend. It's just a rock that's melted. You know what I'm saying? It's just melted. That's it. That's all that is. All right. It ain't magic. Anyway, frequent flyer RC said, Fanan, in Islam, only women supposed to wear gold. And if it's a bunch or not for ornamentation, then money has to be given away for it. Calls a Hey, thank you for the education, brother. Hey, Mr. Eurodollar said, who made premium metals premium? Exactly, man. It's what you think the value is. You know them little conch shells? Little conch shells people wear in their hair? That was the money. That's what people use for money. That's why people keep having them conch shells in there, because that was money. That was a form of currency. It was worth more than gold. Didn't know that, did you? It's the standard in which they rest, and then they got off the gold standard. Robert Yarmi on the building. My bad, man. Anyway, we're gonna go back to boxing, brother. No joke. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to insult anybody that got their shiny stuff looking good, bro. Knock yourself out. Hey, Fanan, I'm taking Valdez for an upset. Shakur Ego is taking over at AKA Tio. What you think? Much love in that super chat. Oh, I don't think so. Shakur ain't no different than Shakur's already been. And I follow Shakur. On Instagram. On Twitter. Dude, that dude is always working. He just talks a lot. And he believes in himself a lot. But his fight game, dude, his fight game is cold. He just really believes that he's that next level type of fighter. And pretty much everybody that really talks well about upper level fighters say he is. Nah, I just think he's the real. I think that Shakur Stevens is legitimately the real deal. That's what I think. I think he's legitimately the real deal. But we'll see. Oscar Valdez, on the other hand, man, I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure. As long as they on that, after you pop dirty and you get outboxed like that by Conceição, because I thought he lost that Conceição fight. And I think the only thing that gave him a chance in that Conceição fight was the fact that his endurance was exceptional. But I think the dude that Conceição is a much different level fighter, man. Hey, but Robert, sorry, I didn't mean to miss your super chat, brother. Thank you so much for your support in that super chat. And again, thank you to everybody sports in that Cash App. My man Tyrone Joseph. Yep, I got my man Tyrone Joseph, who was getting on me, said, our African ancestors wore gold, but we can't. You can knock yourself out with some gold. Do it, do it, do it. I got no problem with you all wearing gold. Don't get me wrong. All I'm trying to say, hey, true, that's what's up. All I'm trying to say is what I don't do. I'm not telling other people what they should do. Seriously. No. These guys got the money to spend their money. Knock yourself out. Who knows what he's doing with his money? He may be suckering you and be like, yeah, I'll wear your gold, but I'm not paying for all of that. You want me to say, hey, yeah, give me the gold. I'll put it all on my neck. And when the party's over, you can take this shit back. And you can pay me a fee for wearing it. You know what I'm saying? And trying to convince people that they need to buy it from you. He may feel it's like that. He may feel it like that. I don't know what he's doing, honestly. Hey, my man Tyrone Joseph in that Cash App, brother. Man, thank you so much for your support in that Cash App, brother. You are definitely holding down the chat. He said it once. I'll say it again. Shakur is boring. Hey, man, he be boringly whooping them boys' ass, though. No doubt. My man Masharam said, I proudly wear 20 gold teeth. Dang, man, you got some teeth, huh? That's what's up, man. Knock yourself out, brother. Do you. You know what I mean? Hey, but by the way, though, gold teeth are functional. Gold teeth are functional. You got to eat. You know what I mean? You need something to chomp down on, bro. But I don't find them boring at all. But like I say, man, be yourself. Do you. That's not me. You know what I'm saying? Who knows, man? You don't live forever. You know what I mean? Can't take it with you. Can't take it with you. Jamal Anderson said, anyone who thinks Shakur isn't the truth, you must be under a rock. Hold on. He says 7 rings, 6 chains, 2022, Mr. T. Kill it, brother. Do you, man? Do it makes you happy. No joke. Anyone who thinks Shakur isn't the truth, you must be under a rock. Him and Boots are winning every boxing competition in the world 10 years ago. Both are future God-gifted boxers. Are the future God-gifted boxers. Hey, man, them boys can go, man. Shakur looks like the real deal to me. I ain't gonna lie, man. He looks like 100% all the way out, 100% the real deal to me. There's some other cats that look like the real deal to me. David Benavidez looks like the real deal to me. All right. David Benavidez looked like he got a whole lot of whoopings of cats. He got a whole lot of whoopings he's about to put on cats. That's what David Benavidez looks like, the real deal to me. You know? So it is what it is. But if people find certain things boring, I can understand it. Honestly, dude, I find Canelo Alvarez fights boring. Terribly boring. Like, dude, I already know what the outcome of this fight is because it's not a real matchup. I'm not interested in that. Somebody was on my videos yesterday, man, asking me. I was like, man, because I said in a video yesterday, I was like, man, I hate that fight. Like, I hate the Bivol fight. I don't like that fight. And not because I don't think that these guys are good fighters or whatever. They're both good. Obviously, Canelo Alvarez is a very, very good fighter. Bivol is a good fighter. I don't understand why people acting like this dude's some world beater all of a sudden. I know when did this dude miraculously, turn into Ivan Drago? I don't remember when that happened. You know what I'm saying? But magically he turned into Ivan Drago overnight. But it is what it is. I just don't like the fight, man. I don't want to see that fight because I would rather see the Charlo fight, or I'd rather see the Benavidez fight, or I'd rather see Demetrius Andrade or the Demetrius Andrade fight. But that's just what I want. Does some other people really think Bivol? I'm sure there's some people out there in Russia that really think Bivol is a great fighter. Bivol is a dangerous fighter. Every fighter is a dangerous fighter. Every single solitary. Charlo's a dangerous fighter. Charlo's a dangerous fighter, isn't he? Bivol would stop Charlo. Hey, man, I don't want to see Bivol fight Charlo either. I don't want to see Bivol fight Charlo. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so what? If you think that, I'm not going to argue that. I don't care. I'm trying to tell you. I don't care about Bivol. You know who I want to see Bivol fight? I want to see Bivol fight Beterbiev. Let me see that fight. I'll be all in. All the chips are in right there. Let me see. Let me see it. I can't wait. Let me see that. I'd rather see Bivol fight Beterbiev than Canelo Alvarez. Because, dude, Canelo Alvarez, it's just shit looks like a gimmick to me, man. It looks like a match-made gimmick. You know what I mean? Where I just don't believe it, dude. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. It looks manufactured to me. The whole scenario seems manufactured to me. Mike exposed Charlo. I don't even know who Mike is. Who is Mike exposing? Somebody that lost him exposed him? Anyway, Fanon, you think Gary Russell will ever move up in weight? Gary Russell Jr.? Yeah, I think he ain't going to have a choice because ain't nobody in 126 ever going to fight him again. Much love in that super chat, brother. I think Gary may go up to 130. Are you talking about Gary Antoine Russell? I don't know, man. Depends on if he gets a shot. He may stay around 140 and do his thing at 140. I can't say. I don't know who this Mike is that exposed Charlo. Who's the Mike that Mike exposed? Who's Mike that exposed Charlo? Did he even fight a Mike? I don't even know of him fighting a Mike. Is Montiel's name Mike? Is he Montiel? Because if you're talking about the guy that literally only won 2 rounds on the most he got on one card was 2 rounds. The other guy, he won 1 round on another card and got shut out over 12 rounds. Dude, that's exposure. I mean, you guys are unfair. You're like, if a dude doesn't get knocked out and completely beat up like he's a 5-year-old kid, then if he fights back at all, he exposed you because he had some minimal success. Oh, look, it's 2 minutes into the fight. He didn't get knocked out. You're exposed. You know what I mean? The guy put up a good fight that day. Oh, you're exposed because somebody put up a good fight that day. If he fights 6 months later, the guy might get knocked out, right? Or if he had fought 3 weeks before that, he might have got knocked out. Who knows? If they fight multiple times, what's going to happen in that fight? Gervonta Charlo is going to win every fight. He's going to win every one of those things. Unless maybe they fight 12 times and then one time he lucks up and he clips him and knocks him out or something. You know what I mean? That stuff happens in boxing, man. Especially when you had guys that were fighting 5-6 times, right? Would you have thought that Juan Manuel Marquez would eventually knock out Manny Pacquiao face first if you watch the first 3 rounds, the first round of their first fight? Those guys fought 4 times, and you had and the outcomes of the fights were all different. So you watch one guy fight, you watch him fight one guy one time, and even though he wins, you saw he exposed him. Well, how about that was a learning experience? Is it possible that he learned from that? Or is Canelo the only one that gets to learn from difficult fights? Right? Like, if Canelo loses, he learned from it. If somebody else wins but doesn't look terribly impressive to you, he got exposed. But the other guy, he learned. Even though he lost every round, he lost badly, didn't come within a country mile of a win. Well, he learned. He learned. It's really not a loss. He learned. Hey, you can phrase things however you want to phrase them. You know what I mean? If you're looking for an outcome. I just want to see the fight. Unlike some of y'all. I want to actually just see the fight. That's me. Giovanni Walker in the building. Putting some color in the chat. Hit that like button. Brother, thank you for that blue in that chat, brother. Thank you so much for that support, bro. Giovanni Walker, always in that chat, man. Much love in that super chat, brother. And my man Giovanni Walker said it's also Super Chat Thursday. Absolutely, man. Super Chat Thursday, man. Appreciate y'all, man. And a belated birthday. Thank y'all for doing that in that chat like that. It means a lot, bro. Quincy Carter said Charlo was acting sensitive in the Tyson interview. You know what, Quincy? That dummy always just wants to argue, bro. Those guys always want to argue. Their first answer is no. I'm telling you, I've never heard somebody say something to a Charlo and they just went with it and said, yeah, man, I agree. Every single time, they're like, nah. Like, you want to like tap him on the shoulder, like, you know he's trying to support you, right? You know what he's trying to support you, right? He's trying to tell you to call these guys out on his show right now. This is going to be, millions of people are going to see this. He's saying, man, you need to call these guys out. Nah, man, I'm not going to call them out. Mike Tyson just invited you to call out Canelo Alvarez. And you're not going to do it on the show right there? Just going to be contradictory to everything, Mr. Charlo? Come on, man. That's why you ain't getting these fights. But that ain't why you're not getting the fights. Anyway. Fanati talking about Mike Tyson. What do you mean he's talking about Mike Tyson? Hey, Keon N. Smith, much love in that super chat. He said, will Spence be moving up to 154 after Ugas, or if he wins, he will move up after Crawford? Keep up the good work, bro. Philly love. He said he's got 2 more fights at the weight class, and that's it. And so Ugas is 1. That's obvious. That's 1. And the second one, he said he wants to be for undisputed, which is obviously Crawford. And he said after that, he's going to 154 because he's been in 147. He said he'd been in 147 too long. Hey, and Keon N. Smith, man, much love in that super chat, brother. Thank you so much for that support. What happened with Mike Tyson? Mike Tyson set that dude up I thought he gave a guy a great opportunity to call out Canelo Alvarez, and then he didn't do it. You know what I mean? That's what I thought. Aaron Gonzalez said, what do you think about Rashidi Ellis versus Victor Ortiz in 147? I don't know, man. I haven't seen Rashidi Ellis a lot. But, I mean, I might lean just off of what I have seen. I would lean towards Ortiz, but I do not think that they're going to put him in there with him. They're not going to give him a shot at Victor Ortiz in order to blow that chance to get him a vacant belt and then have him fight more nobodies and call him the best in the world. That's what I think. I wish Victor Ortiz would get up out of there. And I wish Rashidi Ellis would get up out of there. I said they going to fight eventually. Yeah, exactly. Oh, he's going to fight me eventually. Yeah, okay, sure he is. No Bad Vibes 7 said, for 9, those facts you just spit, I got a way new level of respect for you that I already did. By the way, my bad, missed your cake day. Happy belated. Shakur beats Valdez, by the way. Oh, you know what it is. Much love in that super chat. No bad vibes. And thank you so much. Hey, man, monstrously thank you all for that support, bro. That means a lot, man. Thank you. And my man, Robert Jaramillo said, Andrade versus Benavidez, that's what I like. I love that fight. I would love that fight too. That's a hard fight for Andrade though, because Benavidez is just going to be coming with it. His hand speed, that boy's hand speed is ridiculous. I like Benavidez a lot, man. He talk a lot of junk, but as a fighter, I like Benavidez a lot. I wish he just wouldn't have lost his belts, man. God dog, man, why you lose your belts, bro? Like, that's just unfortunate. Like, the dude is a 2-time champion in that division, and he has to deal with the fact that he gave up his belts 2 times for reasons he didn't have to do it. Even though I will tell you that I think the second one was a little bit unfair, because Shakur Stevenson kept his WBO belt even though he couldn't make weight, and they just made it a non-title fight and let the guy fight because he knew that they were in a bubble, and that and these guys, it was a different situation as far as making weight. But, the WBC, they had, we can get Canelo this belt. Good. More room for Canelo. Get out of there, David. Get out of there, David. More room for Canelo. And they didn't let that guy, and they didn't let him fight. And they didn't let that guy get that opportunity to fight, man. To fight without it being on they didn't give him an opportunity for that non-title fight. Tyrone Joseph said, Shakur is technical, but boxes too safe and boring. Hey, man, Tyrone, I'm going to ask you, go back and watch that fight with, go watch the fight with Jamel Herring. Go back and watch the fight with Jamel Herring, Tyrone. I'm telling you, I don't think so, man. Watch that fight again, dude. He walked that boy down. In that fight before with the hard-hitting cat, he was fighting on the back foot. He was fighting on that back foot a good bit. However, in that fight with Jamel Herring, he didn't play. He went right at that dude. Beat that dude up and got that dude up out of there, And yeah, by the way, definitely, John Boy, hey, man, I hope you're feeling better today, brother. Did I miss John Boy? I think I did, man. I think my mind just flew on me. Absolutely. John Boy in that super chat, brother. Thank you for that support. And positive energy to you, brother. I hope you're doing well today. Keep your head up and all that good old stuff. Make sure hey, man, just keep it positive, man. Things are going to get better, and believe it. Ryu Reaper said, Tyson exposed that Charlo is scared of Benavidez. Nobody is really scared of Canelo. He's a little redheaded guy until they get in the ring. How did he expose that he was scared of Benavidez? Where's the fear? I didn't see the fear. Where's the fear? He may have said that he wasn't really interested in fighting him, but I don't know if he said he really afraid of him, I think that's a little bit much, brother. I really do. I really do. Say, hey, WBC, we blackball colors. And WBC, we back Canelo. We blackball colors. Nah, their love for Canelo is just so over the top, man. I'm sorry, man. You guys got to stop with that. The man literally had steroid rules redone for him. He had a custom belt. He had a custom championship made for him so he doesn't have to fight mandatories. Just come on, man. The dude somehow he got a draw on a card in a fight where he lost 15 out of 12 rounds. He got a decision. You know what I'm saying? Just, hey, no bad vibes. I got you. No bad vibes. I got it. You a little behind. Yeah, you're a little bit behind in the chat, brother. I got you, but let me slide back to no bad vibes. Hold on one second, man. Man, I lost no bad vibes thing, man. That was a ways back. Here, let me do something though, man. Let me do something. Always excuses for Charlo. Dude, there's no excuses to be made, Charles Stevens. What's the excuse? I mean, honestly, what is the excuse? What am I excusing him from? Answer the question. Answer that question for me. What am I excusing Charlo from? If anything, you're making the excuse for Canelo and why Canelo shouldn't fight him. You're making the excuse. I'm not making the excuse. I'm telling you, crap, I got to pay my insurance bill today. I'm telling you, I want to see Charlo fight Canelo. It's no excuse. That's the fight that I want to see. I'm not making the excuse. You're making the excuse. You're telling me why Canelo shouldn't fight him. Because you're saying what he hasn't done and how he's afraid of these other guys and all of that you're using to justify the fact that Canelo Alvarez didn't fight him. You're making the excuse, not me. Steven, there's no fear of Benavidez. What's the excuse? That's not an excuse. Somebody said, all right, sorry about that. Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, man. You got to understand. I don't know if you realize what the word excuse makes. All you say, you accused the man of something, and I said I didn't see it. That doesn't mean that's not an excuse. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. Hey, just a fan, as an expert lip reader, I agree with that lag point for nine. Thank you, bro. Ah, man, my bad, man. You know what it is. It's ganky around here, man. I'm going to replace this cord again, man. These cords just be going out. Aaron Burton said, what's good for nine? What happens to the WBC and the franchise title if Canelo lose to Bivol? If so, who would be the next golden fighter? Man, let me tell you something. If Canelo Alvarez lost the fight against Bivol, the WBC, man, here, shut up, you idiot. Okay, first of all, let me jump off here before I go to this, because I'm about to get on you, Harry. I ignore you a lot. You're the only one who didn't see it. Didn't see what? Did he look afraid? How did he look afraid? You saw fear in his eyes? Who are you? What are you, a hyena or something? You smell fear? The man said that he would be a challenge. I got a belt. His man has a belt at 160. He said, yeah, that would probably be the biggest challenge. Yeah, David Benavidez. But dude, he said he just looked like he don't want to fight him. Where's the fear coming from, bro? He was scared. Oh, yeah, okay. Thank you, mind reader. You know what I'm saying? Anytime somebody, then great. You know what I smell? I smelled fear on Canelo when he told Andrade he said, man, just get out of here, man. You don't know if that man's afraid or not. If you think you saw afraid, all right, whatever, man. You saw fear. You saw his hands. What, you saw him sweating? What did he do? Was he sweating? Did his hands start shaking? Yeah, we saw it. I saw the fear on his eyes. Yeah, he looked like he was about to faint because Mike Tyson said you should fight David Benavidez, and the fear rose in his eyes. It wasn't like David Benavidez was in the room threatening the guy. You know what I mean? Man, just get out of here, man. Was he afraid? That's like Canelo. No, Canelo looked afraid when he said, man, you just want payday. I know that. You're a terrible fighter. You want payday. Man, you just be making stuff up, man. You didn't see no fear in that man's eyes. Stop it. The man doesn't want to fight Benavidez. That's clear. He doesn't want to drop his belt, go to 168 to fight David Benavidez. That's clear. Whether it's out of fear or not, you're making up, okay? That's what you think. And not everybody thinks that. Like, it's amazing how many cats know what everybody thinks. Everybody thinks this. Oh, everybody agrees this. Man, that's what I'm telling you. So you sound like them little gossiping. I'm telling you, you sound like a gossiping seventh grader. Yeah, everybody knows that Charlo's afraid. You're the only one in the whole world that doesn't think Charlo is shaking in his boots from David Benavidez. You know, a guy that gets in the ring and fights for a living. A guy that literally gets paid to get in the ring and fight. But Charlo's afraid of him. However, you got all kind of other guys that got enough courage to get in there with David Benavidez. Amazing. You got no hopers that will get in there and fight David Benavidez. Were they scared? Huh? Why would somebody name somebody David Benavidez fight? Why would Andre Durrell get in and fight David Benavidez and not be scared, but Jamal Charlo has to be scared? Where's that? Why would Andre Durrell get in the ring with him? You don't think if Jamal Charlo didn't have any choice that he wouldn't fight that guy? If he didn't have another belt, if he didn't have a championship belt at 160 pounds and David Benavidez, and he was at 168 and he was a mandatory for David Benavidez, and that was his fight that he had to get on, you don't think he would fight David Benavidez because he's afraid? You got Sergey Lipinets fighting Jaron Ennis. And he wasn't afraid. Why are you putting fear on Jamal Charlo? But you think Yildirim wasn't afraid of Canelo? Was Yildirim had no chance against Canelo. Was Yildirim afraid? That's why, oh my God, dude, how come the people that can't fight, relatively speaking, can get in with the same guys, but you think another world-class guy is afraid, but that second-level guy obviously was not afraid? Be fair, man. You didn't see fear. That man did not look afraid. I've seen people look afraid. Like when people put guns in their faces and their heart starts, that's what fear looks like. What I saw from Jamal Charlo was, dude, I don't want to fight that guy. There's nothing in it for me. Yeah, that'd be a hard fight. No doubt. The guy can fight for sure. I'm not going to go fight Jamal. I'm not going to leave my weight class to go fight David Benavidez. Why would I do that? That's a very, very tough fight, number one. Number two, he doesn't have a belt. And number three, I have a belt in another weight class. I'm still at 160. If I'm going to move to 168, it's going to be to fight the champion. I'm not going to go fight I'm not just going to go fight any old killer they throw at me. Nobody else has to fight any old killer that they throw at them. Yeah, stop out of that, man. Yeah, I'm going to fight him. Yeah. The guy that I get paid the least money for. I'm going to get the least amount of money for the guy. The guy is probably one of the best guys in the weight classes. And I can fight right here and defend my belt? Nah, I think I'll stay right here and defend my belt versus taking lower money to go fight without a belt against a better fighter. I mean, shit, why not just say Jamal Charlo is scared of Wojciech then? Why don't he just go to 175 pounds, fight Wojciech at 175 pounds for no belt? You know what I'm saying? If you're going to take harder fights for less money and no belt, there's all kind of people he could fight like that. What you're trying to do is you're trying to throw David Benavidez at him to make an excuse and distract from the fact that Canelo don't want to fight Charlo, and Canelo don't want to fight Benavidez, and Canelo doesn't want to fight Andrade. So you just come up with this thing where they're all ducking each other. Canelo's not really ducking anybody. It's them ducking each other. Man, you better take that snake oil bull crap and go somewhere, jump back on your caravan and get out of town with that garbage. Dog, everybody wants to fight Canelo because Canelo's the money man. It's prize fighting. He is at 168. He has all the belts at 168. Therefore, everybody at 168 wants to fight Canelo because he's the champion. He has all 4 belts. David Benavidez is the number 1 ranked guy in his division. He doesn't have to go fight a bunch of other people he's already number 1, right? When it was Dillian White that was number one for Deontay Wilder, for some reason, everybody understood it. Oh, well, what else does Dillian White have to do? He's the number one fighter. He's the number one guy. He deserves the shot. He's been waiting for 600 days. Well, David Benavidez is the number one guy, and you tell him he got to go somewhere else. It doesn't matter what David Benavidez is ranked in the WBC because this is Canelo. Man, stop it. Y'all got different rules for different people, man. And you coming up with a bunch of stuff. You coming up with a bunch of stuff to throw at everybody else that may be rooted in reality. However, has nothing to do with Canelo and why Canelo won't fight guys in his own weight class. Because guess what? Canelo's not a champion at 175. Canelo's a champion at 168. And he's not dropping his belts. If he dropped his belts and went to 175, then okay, he dropped his belts, he went to 175. Now the belts are free. Everybody fight each other for the belts. But he's keeping the belts. He has the belts. He's a champion, and he's the only champion at that weight class. So therefore, for the top guy in the WBC, he's the only target. For the top guy in the WBO, he's the only target. Period. You guys are the ones coming up with excuses, all right, and getting, oh, well, nobody else has done enough to deserve them. And just instead of telling the truth, which is, look, you want Canelo Alvarez to be able to fight whoever Canelo wants to fight. And that's just a reality. He can do what he wants. Obviously he can, because he's doing whatever he wants. Nobody else gets to do the things Canelo Alvarez is doing. Who else gets to jump around weight classes and immediately get a championship shot in any weight class he wants to go to? Who gets that? Nobody. Nobody in boxing can do that. Today I'm gonna fight for this belt. Call the guy up and I'm gonna fight for his belt. Hey, yeah, call that guy up and tell him I'm willing to fight him and I'm gonna fight for his belt. And have everybody just say, yeah, absolutely. Like Bivol, like Jamal Charlo could just call up Bivol and say, hey, Bivol, I got $15 million for you. I'm moving up to fight for your belt. Oh, yeah. You know why? Because he ain't got $15 million to pay Bivol to fight him. So he'll be like, nah, man, I'm not fighting you for that. No. But I'll fight Canelo for that. Come on, man. You know what I mean? Come on, man. Be fair to people. That's all I'm saying. Be fair to people. Yeah, all this throwing mud at everybody. You know what I'm saying? You dog, yeah, get on your caravan and hit the bricks, bro. He said, here he displaying expertise in fear recognition for nine. Exactly. Expertise in fear. Dude, come on, man. How in the world is Callum Smith not afraid, but Jamal Charlo's afraid? Come on, man. Much love in the super chat. He wants to fight Canelo, who's a better fighter than Benavidez, but he's scared. He's not scared of Canelo, but he's scared of Benavidez. What sense does that make? You know what I'm saying? Andre Dirrell is not scared of Benavidez, but Charlo is. Why? You know what I mean? Anytime somebody doesn't want to fight, that means they're afraid. You just trying to come there, stop it. You know? Your guy, Canelo does not have to fight Charlo, obviously. Okay? That's a fact. My man, Mike Kirkland, much love in that super chat, brother. Thank you so much for your support. He said, Martin, if you watched the video of Customato on the power of fear, it's short but good. Oh, yeah. I've seen that. Much love in that super chat. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely, bro. Absolutely. But that's not what he means. You're running away. That's concern and fear. Yeah, degrees of things. But I mean, you can't tell me these guys cannot. You cannot tell me you looked at Jamal Charlo and you saw a man that was displaying fear. It's like, come on, man. Stop it, man. Be fair to the guy, man. You're just trying to make the dude look bad. It's like whatever Charlo does is bad. If he doesn't fight David Benavidez because he wants to fight Canelo, you know, he's afraid of Benavidez, but he's not afraid of Canelo. Well, he just wants a payday against Canelo. He doesn't really want Canelo either. You know, he got knocked out by Montiel. You know, and he loses to like 5 million reasons why he doesn't deserve the fight. You know, that you would never, ever He said David Benavidez's value is low, but if he wins that fight, then he could land the biggest fight of his career. Just the fans, he's not going to get that fight for beating David Benavidez. I don't believe that. If Charlo beats Benavidez, it's not going to do anything to get him a Canelo Alvarez fight. Because the same things are going to apply. It literally changes nothing. Nothing. If he beats Benavidez. Doesn't get him an inch closer to that fight. It didn't. Being the number one rated guy at 154, being a top guy at 154, why do you think it changes it? Just a fan. Why do you think that that's going to change that? I don't think it does a thing for him as far as Canelo. Because Canelo don't want to fight him, he's not going to fight him. Period. It's not going to fight him. I don't see how that. If David Benavidez does not deserve a fight with Canelo Alvarez because he's not done enough, and Jermall Charlo doesn't deserve a fight with Canelo because he hasn't done enough, how in the world are them two dudes that have never done anything, fighting each other, going to mean anything? It's not. Dude, they're always coming up with reasons. He'll have a justification. He's busy. Literally. That's his, you know what he literally said? The reason why he's not fighting him, look, man, I'm busy. The man said, I'm busy. Go fight somebody else. Anyway, Canelo should fight Charlo for his legacy because Charlo offers nothing but a name on his resume. Same with Charlo, though. He will fight Benavidez for legacy. Man, y'all do go somewhere with this legacy talk, man. Man, this legacy, man. It's for his legacy. Man, come on, man. Stop with that. Exactly, gonna duck harder. Yo, then he looks dangerous. Then he looks dangerous. Man, Canelo just said the other day he learned from Mayweather that he's not going to be experimenting with fights. Is what he said. Why you playing? Canelo just said the other day he's not going to be. What did you learn from Mayweather? I'm not going to be experimenting with fights. Which means I'm not jumping in there with guys I don't think I can beat. That's the way I interpreted that, man. Y'all just got, look, dude, if you can say this all you want. Canelo Alvarez is on a prolonged victory lap. Okay? He's on a victory lap. And you're not going to get him out of there because he's already above the rules. He does not have to fight mandatories. He can get whatever fight he wants. He's thinking about his legacy. He doesn't care about the individual fighters around today. They just want paydays. I'm the great Canelo. I mean, come on, man. He's already there, bro. Get me out of here with that legacy nonsense. Well, it's just, I'm not going to fight you because you're not a legacy for me. This is a legacy fight. What do you mean it's a legacy fight, man? Huey, let me tell you something, man. Or so you can assume, oh, now, Huey, you know what assumptions are. Oh, my God. You have learned, Huey, see, what an assumption is. You are right. You are 100% right. I made an assumption. I did. I listened to what somebody said, and I made an assumption. And I could be right or I could be wrong. Like you made an assumption about Charlo being afraid of David Benavidez. Although I would argue that my assumption, and it's really not an assumption, it's an inference, dummy. Inference, or so you infer, is the word you were looking for. So you infer, because I am inferring it. When he said, I am not going to fight, do not experiment with fights. That's what I learned from Floyd Mayweather. Do not experiment with fights. He also said Floyd Mayweather Jr. didn't hit hard, but that was a very hard style. So he said, I don't want to experiment. That was a very hard style. And guess what else? He ran into that same style with Lara and lost that fight in the eyes of many people. Not like you say, everybody, oh, the whole world thinks. No, but many people think he lost to Lara because he went back in with that style, okay, of somebody that moves around a lot, is not there to hit with those big shots that he loads up on, right? But that's what the man said. And he's in a victory lap, and you enjoying the victory lap. Enjoy the victory lap. Me personally, I'm going to be focused on fighters that are fighting guys that in fights that I want to see. Okay? I don't care how many belts Canelo gets. I don't watch the fight to see pictures of belts wrapped around somebody. That's not what I watch fights for. I want to see an entertaining fight, and I want to know if that man can beat that man, period. We can talk all day about how Canelo will win the fight, and that's so easy, and no one can beat him. Dog, that ain't never been the case with nobody in boxing. And I've already seen Canelo lose, so stop telling me that the man can't lose, because I've already seen the man lose, okay? And guess what? He will lose again if he fights the wrong guy. That's how boxing works, okay? It's how boxing works. They say, Xavier Hines said, watching Fanon, I got to get my mug game up. Yeah, you got to get your mug game up, dog. Martin, a.k.a. Fanon Boxing Mugs, brother. Got to get you one. Got to get you one. But anyway, T.Y. said, Floyd hits hard enough to keep them guys back and definitely them pop shots, easy work. Hey, dude, he's just a way better fighter, bro. Get out of here, man. There's a whole, where you get that mug from? My mama. My mama made me this mug, but I'll get another mug made. Anyway, man, yeah, so I don't see him losing. Yeah, I mean, of course you don't see him losing because I don't know what you think, but guess what, man? Cats lose. Dude, if Terrence Crawford can lose, Canelo can lose. All right, let me break this to you. Can Fanon get those mugs out for us? Okay, yeah, no doubt. That's the agreed thing. I'm going to get them. I'm going to sell the mugs. Coffee with Fanon. In the morning, coffee with Fanon. Look, dog, all these dudes can lose, bro. He said, I need a shirt with that on. All right, I got you. Hey, that's what's up, man. I got you. I'm going to get it right. Hunter Young, man, said, hey, Canelo is like that dude who gets with not cute chicks to say how many women he slept with, but rarely goes after the fine girls. They too difficult. Hey, man, much love in that super chat, bro. Canelo is look, let me tell you, you know what Canelo is? Canelo is somebody that is getting ridiculously rich, okay? Canelo is somebody that's getting ridiculously rich and is going to fight the guys that are paying him the most money, okay? For the easiest fights. And DAZN came through and offered him a ton of money for easy fights. That's what DAZN did. Let's keep it really real. DAZN is offering him a lot of money to fight on his networks and have easier fights, less risky fights for more money or the same money. Okay, and then they're selling. They're coming up with their market employees to sell the idea. That's what that is, okay? And let's not get anywhere past that, dude. He is not superhuman. He is not doing something that you do not see. You are just justifying it, all right? You are justifying it by now saying things like, Dimitri Bivol is a knockout artist. Demetrius Bivol has not fought. Hey, watch this, Steven. Hey, dude, Charles Stevens. Can you stop crying, please? Can you stop crying? The hate, this is not hate. This is logic, friend. I'm not hating it. I'm not hating. You don't like it. All right. I don't work for Canelo, bro. I don't have to do this. And you honestly, man, it's hate. Oh, it's just because he can't explain it away. It's hate because you can't explain it away. You just don't like him. I like Canelo a lot. I do. He's a very, very good fighter. However, y'all can, he's fighting a bunch of DAZN fights against Eastern Europeans and European fighters that fight on DAZN. Do you not miss that? That you don't think that has anything to do with it? He's fighting on DAZN against DAZN fighters who are European. That are all represented by Matchroom. Or DAZN, one or the other. Or both. You don't think that they don't look like in-house fights to you? They don't look like in-house fights to you. In-house fights for a European-based company. And they keep fighting European fighters on a European network for a European promoter. Time in and time out. But you think all of the great fighters just happen to be with DAZN, fighting on DAZN. Really? The network doesn't have anything to do with this? See, that's how high you hold Canelo in if any of all somebody did, like Errol Spence Jr., for example, is fight guys that were PBC fighters, you would see that in a minute. Be like, those are in-house fights. Canelo's fighting in-house fights. In-house fights. But you don't think it's because they're in-house fights. Hey, Charles Stevenson, hey, let me tell you something, brother. Goodbye. Crocodile tears, now you're just making shit up. Crocodile tears, like I don't believe what I'm saying. You think that I'm crocodile, this is all, I'm just making this up? See you later, dude. Now you're just making up insults that have no basis in reality or whatever. First I was hating, now it's crocodile tears. You have any other buzzwords, man? Do you want to throw at me? Where you think you can do something in 2 words? Man, go away, bro. It bothers me Errol's only fighting PBC fighters, but that's not true, Ramen. He did fight a matchroom fight over there in the UK against Kell Brook. That was not a PBC fighter. After that, he fought him. No doubt about it. But you see, those guys, those are PBC fights, and they're fighting each other. We understand that. However, then it's not good if they don't have in-house fights. All this crap is around the fact that you want to justify who Canelo's fighting. I don't have unlike you, bozo, I don't have a problem with Canelo fighting Bivol just for the sake of him saying I don't want him to fight Bivol. Whatever, he can fight Bivol, it is what it is. I want to see him fight Charlo, though. And there's nothing unreasonable about me wanting to see that fight. Jamal Charlo is a good fighter. He is. And if you guys are sitting there saying he's not, you're lying. You guys can already you can run around and talk about how good he's not good enough, or his power is a myth and all of this and that, whatever. You can denigrate the guy all you want. You cannot tell me that is not a world-class fighter. That's a world-class fighter, Jamal Charlo. Demetrius Andrade, that's a world-class fighter. Benavidez is a world-class fighter. Those guys have the accolades. They have the multi-divisional. They are world-class fighters who are multi-divisional champions. They meet the standard, friend. They are not right out of the amateurs. They are not guys that are they are contenders that have 3 losses. They're not who they are. They are legitimate world-class fighters. And for you guys to run around acting like there's something wrong with other people for recognizing them as legitimate world-class fighters, just because Canelo Alvarez doesn't want to fight him, you're being dishonest. That is a legitimate world-class fighter, Demetrius Andrade, without a doubt. Beterbiev, legitimate world-class fighter. Bivol, legitimate world-class fighter. These guys are all legitimate world-class fighters, without a doubt. The question is, who do you want to see him fight, and that's it. Right? You're not telling me that you didn't. I don't hear you. And you actually want to see Charlo fight Benavidez because you're a fan of Benavidez and you're a fan of Charlo? Or are you just saying that because you're trying to find some excuse to go tell him to go off and do something different? Go away is what you're saying. Oh, they just need to go away and fight somebody else. Yeah, I got that. You don't want to see the fight. Go, but I want to see the fight. I don't want to see them all knock each other off. I want to see them all fight him. I want to see them all fight each other. And guess what? I think Canelo may beat all of them. He's that good a fighter. But I would love to see him fight them. And I think the network is standing in the way because there's a bidding war between the PBC and DAZN. And DAZN won that bidding war for those 2 fights. Maybe the next bidding war Canelo has, the PBC will win. Because Canelo seriously considered fighting Charlo and fighting Charlo. Seriously, and Benavidez, he considered it, right? He considered it. I could tell in the tone of a lot of y'all that you didn't want him to do that, though, because you didn't want him fighting on the PBC. Some of you, because you don't like the PBC. But just be honest about it. You don't like the PBC, so screw him. Hey, Jay Coop, said Floyd's difficult style that Canelo was talking about, not experiment with, actually just means top level black fighters. I mean, look, dude, I think it's guys that are, probably it could be a little bit in there, but just top. I just think it's that style. Look, man, I don't want to be a hypocrite and tell you what Canelo Alvarez is thinking. All I'm looking at is what he's doing. He had a bidding war between DAZN, and he was fighting on DAZN with Golden Boy. As soon as he got to DAZN, he started fighting a bunch of European fighters. I think that's because he signed to a European network and was fighting with a European promoter, right? And Matchroom kept feeding fighters to Golden Boy for him to fight. That is logical. Matchroom is a European promoter. Callum Smith was with Matchroom. Billy Joe Saunders was with Matchroom. Rocky Fielding was with Matchroom, right? Yildirim was a sparring partner in one of those easy fights. He's the third fight of the year to just take and get a payday, whatever. You know, Canelo wanted payday. So he fought that guy for easy money because he had a contract with DAZN to fight a certain number of fights. So he fought himself all the way through that contract with the fights because he was signed. He could not fight with other people then. So he fought those guys because of that. Then he fought Benavidez. He got a one-fight deal with the PBC to fight for Undisputed with Caleb Plant. So he took that. Then he entered into a bidding war with Matchroom and DAZN again. And Matchroom DAZN and the PBC again, or Showtime, and DAZN. And he chose DAZN. And guess what DAZN offered him? He didn't pick him. DAZN offered him. He said, we'll give you Bivol and we'll give you Gennady Golovkin and maybe a third fight against another guy to be named. The Showtime said, we will give you a fight with Jamal Charlo and David Benavidez and we'll pay you $100 million to do it. He chose to go with DAZN and the fights that were offered by that network. This has a lot to do with network. You don't know what you're talking about. I know exactly what I'm talking about, idiot. This is exactly what happened. What part about what I said wasn't true? He signed to all of these are facts. This is not opinion. Everything that I said was just a fact. He had two choices of who to fight. He chose DAZN. That's it. And he chose the fighters that they offered him for the money they offered to pay him. That's why it's a 2-fight deal. That's how it works. They say, hey, come fight on our network. We want you on our network. We want you to fight these two guys, Bivol and Gennady Golovkin. And Canelo says, really, how much are you going to pay me when the fight's going to be? And then and Showtime says, hey, we want you to fight Jamal Charlo and then David Benavidez. And really, how much are you going to pay me? And when the fight's going to be? There you go. Now sit down and figure out exactly what you're going to do, Canelo. And then Canelo makes his mind up and says, I'm going to go over there. And I'm going to fight Bivol, and I'm going to fight Gennady Golovkin. That's literally what happened. It was a bidding war between two networks, and he chose that network. Because Kovalev is with DAZN. Absolutely, he's with DAZN. Duh. Because it was on the DAZN contract. Absolutely. That's a DAZN fight. Wasn't it? He's with DAZN, so he fought on DAZN. They offered him that fight. That was the last or the second to last fight on a multi-fight deal that he had with DAZN. Do you realize he sued DAZN for breach of contract? Man, y'all just don't know what you're talking about, man. Kovalev is with DAZN. Benavidez, Caleb Plant is not with DAZN. That Kovalev fight was still on that biggest deal ever. Do you not remember that he had the biggest deal in boxing history? He had a $250 million deal over 6 fights. Hey, thank you, brother. I appreciate you. Only the Funk said 1 month ago on another boxing channel, Benavidez's manager, Sampson, said he will never let Benavidez fight Andrade due to his style. It's very awkward. That was very telling. Don't think they want Charlo also? Look, man, as far as Demetrius Andrade, dude, a lot of people don't want to fight Demetrius Andrade. Because Demetrius Andrade will beat a lot of these dudes. But who is Demetrius? Now, here's another thing. Who's Demetrius Andrade fighting? Let me see if this is coincidental. Let's go to Demetrius. Hey, by the way, man, much love to everybody that supports in the chat and in the super chat. Thank y'all so much for your support. It really does mean a lot. Thank you very much. And I don't want to pay over attention to the cats that are arguing with me, but I'm telling you the truth. And man, and my man Tyrone Joseph in that Cash App said the Herring fight was the only fight he turned up. Yeah, it was the last fight though, but he turned up. He turned up against Joet Gonzalez. He turned up against Jose Gonzalez though. Even Tim Bradley said he was putting him to sleep. Hey, that's what's up. Much love in that super chat and that Cash App, Tyrone Joseph, brother. Thank you so much for your support. It is huge. Man, he's a good fighter, man. But if you think he's boring, Tyrone, I can go with you. You know, if you think Shakur is boring, I don't find Shakur Stevenson boring. He's a highly technical fighter, though. Absolutely. And he will definitely prevent you from looking exciting in that fight because you just ain't running up, beating up that dude. That dude is what he does is so subtle and is very, 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 very technically sound, bro. Very, very technically sound. But let's see for a second. Like, watch this. Demetrius Andrade. I got to stop saying his name wrong. He likes it he's pronounced it Andrade. 31-0 with 19 KOs. Zach Parker, Jason Quigley, Liam Smith, Luke Keeler, Magic Selecki, Arthur Akaov, Walter, Contandua. That was the last one in 2018. Alonzo Fox, Jay McCullough. No, they're right. So like Zach Parker, Quigley, Liam Smith, Luke Keeler, Magic Selecki, that's why I say Magic. It's Matt, whatever, Selecki. Yeah, so he's fighting at least the last 3 fights. That's who he's fighting a bunch of European fighters because he's on the zone. That's why Canelo's fighting these European fighters. Not because they're better fighters and, they're so much more dangerous than everybody else. No, dude, he's fighting on a European network, and that's the fighters they have to offer him, period. All right? If they weren't offering him that money, he'd be over there fighting guys on Showtime like Jamal Charlo, David Benavidez, Andre, what's my man's name? Andre Dorrell. He'd be fighting guys like that if they were not offering him that money. Okay? You know what I mean? Thomas Morris, much love in that super chat, says Shakur has a vicious streak that was displayed last fight, and he looked bigger and stronger than ever. Yeah, he's moving up in weight. That also helps. And he's getting older, man. He came out as a kid, man. He's getting older. He's getting older. He's getting stronger. You know, I can't wait to see Devin Haney get his man strength, though. That's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for that knockout. I'm waiting for that knockout streak to come from my man, bro. Xavier Hines said he's cleaning house, current top fighters in his class. That's not leftovers. Who you talking about, Xavier Hines? He's not. First, if you talking about Canelo, Canelo didn't fight any top guy. Didn't fight the top guy at 168, and he ain't fighting the top guy at 175. He's not fighting the top guy at 175. No, he's not. He didn't fight the top. He hasn't fought he's never fought the top guy at 175, and he didn't fight the top guy at 168. Not in my opinion, he didn't. The top guy at 168, in my opinion, and this is opinion, obviously, was David Benavidez. David Benavidez is the toughest fight at 168 for anybody, except for now that maybe Demetrius Andrade is there. But trust me, they're going to try to get Demetrius Andrade beaten his next fight. Believe that. Demetrius Andrade better knock this dude out in his next fight. Because them UK robberies are getting a lot more consistent. He said, hey, too many UFC fans come to this sport looking for thrills. Much love in that super chat, bro. You funny for that, bro. You funny for that, bro. Robin, you still trolling Charlo? Yeah, man. You know Robin be trolling. Oh yeah, David Morrell. Yeah, David Morrell too. Yeah, but David Morrell is still got like 8 fights or something like that. David Morrell still got a lot of fights, so he's good. You know, David Morrell got to kind of earn his a little bit. Bassell said, do the math. Bivol cannot never KO Canelo, but Canelo has a high chance of catching Bivol in the late rounds after he gasses out. Oh, yeah. You know, he's doing it's a unanimous decision win for Canelo. Because it's legacy. It's in the contract. It's a legacy fight. It's a fight to make you look good. They used to call legacy fights showcase fights. These guys literally have changed the term legacy to showcase fight. I mean, a showcase, a high-level showcase fight is now a legacy fight. Get out of here. A guy that matchmakers will tell you is not going to beat that guy. I don't care what the weight class is. That guy is going to beat him, all right? It's just what it is, man. You know what I mean? That is, Bud fights no one. His resume is weak as his chin. Oh, come on, man. How are we going to get on Bud today, man? Don't get me in trouble with Bud fans today. You know, please do not. Texas made the realist said, if you think Kovalev and Bivol are the same fighter, you're not very knowledgeable. No, they're definitely not the same fighter. And Kovalev himself told you, man, Kovalev fought Canelo. Man, Kovalev was he's already a shot fighter, man. Canelo, man, Sergey Kovalev is a shot fighter when Canelo Alvarez fought him. A shot fighter. That's a showcase fight. That's a showcase fight, bro. Just a fan said, I'm done debating easily proven facts. Keep making excuses why the fight hasn't happened. Yeah, dude, you're just trying to muddy other people's names, bro, because Canelo didn't fight him. All right. However, what's going to happen when Canelo fights him? Okay, because there's definitely a chance Canelo will fight him. At a certain point in time, Canelo's going to have to fight him. You're going to run out of stuff. No joke. He's going to run out of people. It's eventually you run out of them. Like, eventually you're going to run out of them. So that's what they're saying. I guarantee you I know what they're saying. Let me guarantee you. I believe I know what the mentality of Jermell of the PBC is or Showtime is. Eventually, Canelo's going to have to take those fights because he's going to run out of people to fight. He's going to run out of them. Or he's going to run into something really, really dangerous, which he really shouldn't do. He waiting on, man, he's the same age as them guys, man. Demetrius Andrade is the same age as Canelo. So is Jamal Charlo. He can't age them out. Dude, that dude ain't young. Don't listen. Do not listen to these guys that act like Canelo Alvarez just showed up yesterday. And he's some young, oh yeah, he's the future of boxing. He's the future of boxing. Man, that dude has got 60 fights. He ain't got that many more fights left, okay? All right? Canelo ain't getting to 70. Ain't getting to 70. I'm telling you, once you get over them 60, it's tick-tock. It's tick-tock, fella. Tick-tock, tick-tock, tick-tock. Now, after Beterbiev beats up Joe Smith, then we'll see if he's gonna fight Beterbiev. If he fights Beterbiev, you're not gonna hear me say anything. No joke. I won't say a word. If he fights Beterbiev, I'd rather see him fight Beterbiev than I would Charlo. If he's gonna be at 175 and he's gonna fight, I don't even can he get undisputed at 175 with Beterbiev? Can he? I don't think so. Oh, yeah, he can. Because Beterbiev Beterbiev's going to hold 3 belts, right? After this next fight. Hold on one second, man. Beterbiev's going to hold 3 belts after this, I think. Because Joe Smith about to get beat up, bro. Joe Smith about to get beat up by this 17-0, this 37-year-old 17-0. Yeah, he definitely going to want to fight him. He's 37. What is this? Yeah, he's got 3. No, he's got 2 belts. He's only got 2. So, yeah, he's going to have 3 at the next because he's fighting for the WBO, right? Or the IBF. No, the IBF, the W. He's fighting for the. Who's Joe Smith got, man? Joe Smith got the WBA or the WBO? I can't believe I'm forgetting this, man. Yeah, it's going to be a unification fight, so he'll have all 3. He'll have, so if he goes and fights that dude, I wouldn't mind that at all. That'd be a really good fight. But if he don't fight him, I wouldn't be surprised about that either. Because I don't know if Bob Arum is going to do that with him. You know? I don't know. Bob Arum is a funny dude. So, yeah, that's a unification. But I'm just wondering what is the actual belt? I can't see the comments for a second, though. Joe Smith Jr. is the WBO. So, yeah, he's got the WBO. All right. Yeah, sorry, man. Yeah, I had to make sure about that. I'll take that fight. I like that fight. But Beterbiev and Canelo, I wouldn't argue about that fight at all. You know, because that's a solid fight. Beterbiev, though, Beterbiev ain't no easy money, though. You know what I mean? That ain't no easy money, brother, against him. So we'll see. Yeah, he's Joe Smith has a WBO and Bibble has a WBA. All right, cool. The Martin 9400 said, what was Floyd doing when he fought Guerrero, Ortiz, and Berto? There were other guys we wanted him to fight. He was fighting Guerrero, Ortiz, and Berto. I'm pretty sure Ortiz is a champion. Pretty sure he fought Ortiz as a fighter. He was just coming off. He was retiring on the Berto fight. And Guerrero. I didn't have any problem with those fights. What's the problem? Who did you want to see him fight? The young guys in the division? The young guys in the division? I don't care. I mean, but let me ask you a question. What does that got to do with Canelo? And what Canelo Alvarez is doing right now? The diversion is something. Canelo will retire before he fights another difficult fight, high-class opponent. Much love in that super chat, bro. Well, goodbye then. Hey, goodbye then. Keith Nolan said, hey, much love in that super chat, brother. Thank you so much for that support, bro. Definitely thank you for that support, man. Who was Floyd supposed to fight? Only people that Floyd didn't fight that he could have fought: Paul Williams, Antonio Cheating Margarito, and Sean Porter. Keith Thurman was not a champion. He was a contender at the time. And I do believe Sean Porter was also a contender at the time. So those two guys were on their way up. It's similar to Errol Spence Jr. being at the tail end of his career and not fighting Jaron Ennis. You know? He was at the very tail end of his career, and Keith Thurman and those guys were on their way up. And he didn't fight. Those guys did not get fights. However, I will tell you who he did fight, though. Why you asking who he didn't fight? Let's talk about, not Winky Wright. Winky Wright was before Mayweather. And Winky Wright was at 154 pounds and 160 pounds. There was no necessity for him to fight Winky Wright. Winky Wright is older than him. And Winky Wright, by the time he got to 147, I am pretty sure Winky Wright was already at 160. So not Winky Wright. The person that ducked Winky Wright was Oscar De La Hoya. And guess what? He was about damn near the only person Oscar De La Hoya didn't fight. So I ain't got a problem with it. You know what I mean? I don't have a problem with it. Oh man, the dude's gonna be 40 years old in a minute. But I'm gonna tell you right now, hey man, Beterbiev got that engine too. Don't lunch, and he can crack. And he's coming at ya. Coming at ya. You know what I'm saying? I like Beterbiev, but I'll take that fight, man. I'll take a Beterbiev fight. That's a great fight. Because I believe in Beterbiev. I don't believe Bibble. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe Bibble at all. Let me tell you what I see when I look at my man Beterbiev. When I look at my man Beterbiev, Arthur, I see a dude knocking out a bunch of people, putting some hurtings on cats, breaking them down and beating them up. Joe Smith fought great against Bivol. Solid skills, very strong. Beterbiev crude with caveman strength. Don't sleep on Joe. I may bet on him. You better go to sleep on Joe, brother. You better go to sleep on Joe. Dead safe. Save your money. Thomas Morris, save your money. Save your money. Save your money. Save your money. Okay? Joe Smith doing well against Beterbiev says more about Beterbiev than it does about Joe Smith relative to make sure I said this. All right. Joe Smith doing well against Bivol says more about Bivol than it says about Joe Smith. Joe Smith is a good fighter, a solid fighter, but he is not that level of guy, man. Joe Smith was a strong fighter. He's a good fighter, but Joe Smith is not an upper echelon fighter. Beterbiev is about to beat the brakes off of Joe Smith Jr., okay? Unless, for some reason, Arthur Beterbiev gets old, which when you're 37 years old, it can happen because the guy's closer to 40 than he is to 30. If he don't get old, he is going to beat the brakes off of Joe Smith Jr. Joe Smith Jr. is a good story. He's a good story. I'm not a believer in Joe Smith Jr. like that. I root for Joe Smith Jr. I root for him, but I'm not a believer like that. Hey, man, my man Patrick Bell, brother, thank you so much for supporting the channel, bro. He said, peace for 9. I like your show. Keep up the good work. I'll try my best, brother. Thank you so much for that support, man. It definitely means a lot, man. Thank you. Thank you for holding down that chat, bro. Is a 38-year-old Mosley great competition for Floyd? Is a 38-year-old Mosley great competition for Floyd? No, and you can see it in the fight. No, it wasn't great competition for Floyd. That's why Floyd whooped him like that. But guess what? They're the same generation of fighter. Floyd was in his 30s. Well, how old was Floyd when he fought Shane Mosley? 33? Floyd was in his 30s. Floyd was in his 30s. Mosley was just a little bit older. Mosley's the same age as De La Hoya. Mayweather's just a little bit behind him, man. Not very far behind him, a little bit behind him. Just a little bit behind him. When was Floyd? The 96 Olympics? And Oscar De La Hoya was the 92 Olympics. So they're just right behind each other. They were contemporary fighters. And he was a good name, and he's a guy that would sell. So he fought him, you know? No, but is he a great matchup for Floyd? No. That's why he beat him. You know? However, I will tell you, he's a Hall of Fame fighter that had a little bit more in the tank than I thought he did. Because you better believe that. I'm telling you, I thought Floyd was out of there, bro. No joke. I thought Floyd was out of there. I was like, no, because I like Floyd. But I didn't want Floyd to and I like Mosley, but I didn't want Mosley to knock him out. I was like, man, he gonna knock this dude out. And I saw how he set him up too. Ooh, he set him up pretty. He set Floyd up pretty. Set him up pretty. Took that jab to the stomach away, and Floyd smiled. And when Floyd smiled, Floyd had to think for a second. And when Floyd thought for a second and was a little confused about how to start, dog, he caught him with that hook, bro. Ooh-wee. Mayweather, he showed he put that vet move on that boy. That's what is what Shane Mosley did, let him know. But then Floyd was like, all right, dog, we're going to cut that off. He took that away, cleared his head, took that away, beat that dude like it wasn't nothing. Mike Kirkland said, better go to sleep on Joe Smith. Good one. Yeah, dog, you better snooze on Joe Smith. Do not take that bet. Much love in that super chat, brother. Do not take that bet. And let me tell you why I don't Canelo. If Canelo fights him, I'll be shocked. No joke. Because who's going to air that fight? Is it ESPN? Do you think that that Bob Arum is going to let 3 belts go over to Canelo Alvarez so that Beterbiev can get paid $10 million? I don't know if Canelo got the money to make that fight, is what I'm thinking. You know what I mean? Hey, man, what's going on to my man, Arce Boxing Life in the building? What's going on, bro? He says, salute, good brother, man. Salute to you, man. Salute to you, brother. Thank you so much for that support, brother. Thank you so much, man. Definitely means a lot, bro. Said Cotto was definitely a good fight for Floyd. Mosley, not so much. I mean, they were both. Cotto was a good fight, but Cotto was past the 2. They just really, dude, they're all contemporaries. They're contemporaries. I'm telling you, when you fight your contemporary, some guy that's been around the same time you are, that have been preparing for you and watching you for the whole time and ain't overly impressed with you, dude, you can get another fight. I'm telling you, because I'm going to tell you right now, Charlo ain't overly impressed with Canelo. That's what I can see. Charlo is not overly impressed with Canelo. He's because he's been fighting the same. He was pro at the same time before Canelo blew up. Same thing with Cotto, dude. Cotto wasn't buying it. Cotto didn't buy it on Mayweather. Mayweather proved it, but he didn't buy it. You know, he didn't walk in there afraid of that dude. Or like, oh my God, I'm in the big stage against this big star. Dude, that is a lot to that mentality. I'm telling you, those guys from the UK dude goes in there starstruck with Canelo. And don't act like being on that big stage don't mean anything. it means something. You know what I mean? That's Charlo's. Those when you fight a contemporary, somebody that ain't impressed with you, dude, that thinks you as a regular person, that means a lot, man. It takes a lot of that mystery. You're a little less hesitant. You're less hesitant, right? Kind of like Tarver and Roy Jones. Dude, Tarver never believed Roy. Never believed him. He's like, man, I've seen Roy fight since Roy was 12 years old. I know how Roy fights. I don't have no problem with Floyd. Y'all don't know how Roy fights. I know how Roy fights. I'm going to get him. You know what I mean? And what did he do? He got Roy. First dude to get Roy. Really? I know he lost to Montel Griffith before that. You know what I mean? Hey, Mr. Eurodollar said everybody brings up Mosley, forgets he called out Floyd, so Floyd fought him. That's how boxing works. But call out Canelo, he don't deserve to fight. Dude, Shane Mosley is a world champion and deserved to fight. The dude is at that point in time, Shane Mosley had beaten Oscar De La Hoya. The dude was one of the best lightweights ever, one of the best lightweights, since the 1980s. An incredible fighter, bro. He deserved that, man. Shane Mosley wasn't shot. He's just older fighter, and he got that payday. He wanted payday, and Floyd said, "Hey, man, no problems. You can have a payday, and I'm gonna fight you." Just like he fought Zab, and Zab gave him a good fight, right? Zab had already been knocked out by Costa Zoo, but Zab gave Floyd a good fight. They made the fights, man, and eventually, I'm telling you, man. Hopefully, I'm not gonna say. I was like, hopefully. We'll get the fight with Canelo and his contemporaries too, because y'all just put that dude he just jumped to the front of the line, and now he ain't got to fight guys that turn pro at him at the same time. And I can give you a whole lot of parallels on that. That would be like Errol Spence Jr. jumped to the front of the line, so he does not ever have to fight. Who else? Who else comes around? Oh, like if Virgil Ortiz gets a belt first and he becomes some big superstar. And people just keep saying over and over again why Jaron Ennis doesn't deserve the fight. But Virgil Ortiz is the big star. But Jaron's not a big star, and then the fight never happens. I don't care how you sell Virgil Ortiz. When Virgil Ortiz gets in that ring with Jermell, it's going to be a different thing. Show Me Bag said, I like that name. Show Me Bag said ESPN. Nah, dog, ESPN ain't gonna put that much money up for that fight. ESPN ain't guaranteeing that dude no $40 million for that pay-per-view. Ain't no way. When have you seen ESPN have a big fight like that and pay all that money on their network? They're not even paying for that fight. ESPN isn't paying for that fight between Dillian White and Tyson Fury. You know what I mean? They're not doing that. They're not doing that with him. No, they're not. So I don't see ESPN getting into that. That's still a secondary sport for ESPN. ESPN is not trying to. That's not their big thing. Jeffrey Brooks, what's going on? Said just tuning in, but Jermell isn't going to fight Spence. He should just leave that to Bud. That's Bud's beef. Nah, bro. Nah, dog. You don't want that dog. He should. That's Bud's. Nah, that ain't no beef. Those are championships, man. I know you don't want that smoke, Jeffrey Brooks. Much love in that super chat from one of my favorite Team Buds. Team Bud. I know you don't want that smoke. I know y'all don't want no smoke. I know you don't want that smoke. No smoke. Lasante L said Mosley was ranked number 3 when he fought Mosley. Hey, man, you got to be ranked in order to get the fight. But the rankings, you know what it is. They'll put cats in the rankings where they want them cats to be in them rankings. My man, what did he say? Hold on one second. Kwame, people forget Floyd was a boogeyman at a point in time. Absolutely. And then all of a sudden, everybody wanted to fight him, and nobody was afraid anymore. Amazing how the best fighter in the world, nobody's afraid of him. You ever notice that? Once you become the guy, like the main money guy, everybody wants to fight you. There's no fear. The fear mysteriously goes away for everybody. But they're afraid of guys that aren't big names. I don't believe these guys are afraid of each other. I think some of these guys know that they have a good chance of losing, though. Because they know they're not superhuman. Canelo has lost before. He don't want to feel that again. So he's going to be, and especially him and Eddie Reynoso are going to be very, careful about that. Very, very careful and making sure that they don't lose. So, but at a certain point in time, man, I'm telling you, you're going to get fed to them wolves, homie. You gonna get fed to them wolves, man. I bet he'd fight Andre Ward coming out of retirement, though. If Andre Ward came out of retirement, I bet he would. My man said big fish. Yeah, everybody wants Errol now, right? They didn't want him when he was coming up, but they want him now, you know? And you heard the same thing. You heard the same things. What have you done? You know what I'm saying? Who has he fought? You heard all of that stuff, man. You know? Sean Gibbons said Floyd tried to fight Shane at 135, but Shane turned it down because of a toothache. What? Oh, yeah. Sean Gibbons, dog. Well, let me see something, man. I got to see something, bro. Let me see something, man. Hold on one second. You probably just underneath that name, right? Hold on. Oh, yeah. Okay, that's different. All right. Aerosexuals are triggered today. Hey, man, Justin Fan, what are you? You a buddy boy? You a buddy boy? Are you a buddy boy? Cats don't like that steroid talk about Errol. That ain't fair. Come on, man. You know what I mean? Jeffrey Bennett said, what's good for nine? Is Bud really with MTK? And if yes, can a fight still be possible? No, I haven't heard that he's with MTK. He's with some other promotional company that's not MTK. I think he's advised by I think it's a different organization and not MTK Global. But I think they can still make the fight. You know, I hope they can make the fight, but who knows, man? It's probably a money thing. And honestly, man, these guys don't want to be handing belts away and handing whole divisions away to people. Dude, at the PBC, and this is real. You never criticize the PBC. I don't criticize a lot of people. I'll tell you what I think, though. If I was over there, I would say to myself, okay, I've got the 147-pound division on lock, and I got the 154-pound division on lock. And if I lose it, these guys are never going to give my fighters another chance to win a belt. So you better give me a very, very good reason to risk 3 of the 4 belts in a weight division. 3 out of the 4. Who's timing people out? Terry Schmoot. No, I don't doubt that it's true. I was just trying to check the name. Stop timing people out, please. Because I can't see it, dude. You're screwing me. Okay, I got to be able to see it, and y'all really not allowing me to see a lot of comments, because once they get blocked on StreamYard, I don't see them. So if you have a wrench, please stop blocking people or stop timing people out for no reason or for very light reasons or just because you disagree with them. Okay, if I should be able to see some comments, and you're not letting me see the comments. And I noticed this because they got to be some trolls in here, but I don't ever see them. So you're overdoing it. So slow down a little bit, okay? Martin 9400 said Kovalev has been stopped once. That BS second fear was a joke. KO by a low blow. No, dude, he got knocked out by. First of all, that was not a joke. The dude was bent over, sitting on the ropes because he got rocked by a right hand. He got knocked out because he could not continue to fight because he got rocked by a right hand. Yeah, dude, who's doing the blocking? Stop block. First of all, you're not supposed to block anybody. I block. I'm the one that blocks. You all just time out. So I would appreciate it if you stop timing out, because really it's only you have your wrench so that people don't time you out. So don't overdo it with other people. That's not cool. And I know you're doing it because I can't see any negative comments. You're overdoing it. So please stop overdoing it, man. I don't want to have to get rid of wrenches. Please stop it. Okay? Curtis Sewell, stop timing people out, bro. Okay? You're overdoing it, brother. Please. At least that's what's being said. But I'm telling you, I don't see any negative comments, so that's too much, bro. Fanon, that's Curtis. He said, are you doing the Gaucher Zoo fight Saturday night? I don't know, man. Probably. There's a good chance I will. I don't know, man. Though there's so many. I used to do it, but now it's like everybody does it. And it's just so like everybody does it, man. Everybody's doing them. So it's just, to me, it's like, it used to be kind of something that was unique or special. But then once everybody started doing them, was like, man, I just sit and enjoy my Saturday night. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. Hey, David Jackson said, when are we going to get serious in boxing? Spence will thrash Ugas and Jermell will knock Bud's ass out. How do you figure that? That's serious. David Jackson, those are serious fights. That's a 3-belt unification fight. And Bud is a 2-division champion. And is a pound for pound, is the number 1 pound for pound fighter in boxing in my book. Those are legitimate fights. Jermell Charlo versus Terrence Crawford is a real fight. That's not some fight where, oh, who cares? And that's a good fight. A very good fight. Way better fight than fights we're getting 90. It's better than 99% of the fights we get in boxing. Why wouldn't you like those fights? I mean, Yordenis Ugas and Spence, dude, other than what? Valdez versus Shakur? Dude, that's the best fight Valdez versus Shakur and Jermell versus Castano. Dude, that's the best fight we got, man. Like, dude, don't crap on the best. When there is a good fight, man, it's a good fight. You know what I mean? That's a good fight. Honestly, Canelo, I'm going to watch Canelo. I'm going to watch Canelo fight. You better believe that. I'm about to watch Canelo fight. I just ain't paying for it. And I'm going to tell you straight up, no way am I paying for that fight. I am going to get that fight for free. I promise you, because you're not getting, they ain't supporting that, dog, with my money. Right there, I'll get over on that one. I'm not doing it. I'm lying too, just to let you know. I'm probably going to pay for it. Because whenever it comes, I don't know if a wrench, I don't think so. I don't know. But I don't know. It's a sign not to do it because the guy got a wrench. I'm definitely stealing Canelo fight. Hey, man. I don't know whether or not I'm going to pay for that. I'm probably not going to steal it, though. I don't like stealing fights. You know what I mean? Bivol gets paid off that. I ain't the biggest supporter of DAZN lying to me, even though I knew that they were lying. Like, oh, you were never going to have a pay-per-view. Pay-per-view's dead. But now, all of a sudden, it's the only viable model. Mighty amazing, huh? And what happened to all y'all DAZN fans? Oh, pay-per-view's dead. We're going to run, PBC going to be out of business in 2 years. Man, y'all be losing so many arguments, dog. I'm surprised y'all still had a nerve to sit here and keep talking. Like y'all don't matter how many times y'all look bad. No matter how many times y'all still keep bumping your lips, bro. Hey, Shoney D said, keep it real for now. We streaming that joint. I'm seriously, man, I don't like it. I don't like streaming because it interrupts the flow. You know what I mean? It really does. It interrupts the flow of the fight. Say the money has to come from somewhere. Hey, look, man, I've been said I wasn't the one saying pay-per-view was dead and all that. It was Eddie Hearn fans saying that. And how the PBC was going to go broke and how they won't be business in another year. And all the fighters over there need to leave them and come over here because we're taking over boxing and we've got so much money and all of that. And now they don't got half the money they had. And on top of that, they're now doing pay-per-views. And also, let's not forget this. They have quadrupled their price since they came here. This is such a great deal at $5. Now, what was it? Was it $9.99 a month? Oh, you'll never see another pay-per-view again at $9.99 a month. We will have all of the great fighters and we are going to beat everybody and all these guys are going to go out of business. Now it's $20. Now it's damn near $30 a month and they got pay-per-views. Okay? And the fights ain't got no better. No better. Because they had AJ. And AJ was going to be, man, stop. You know what I mean? It is what it is, though. They might lose every argument. They still show up to debate. Yeah, dude, for years they've been losing it, dog. Years. AJ is the biggest L they ever took, though. No joke. He said, Terry's so true. It was $9.99. It's like close to $20 to $30 a month now. Absolutely it is, unless you pay for a whole year. If you pay for a whole year, you can get it for $20 a month. If you pay for the year, you can get it. But other than that, dog, they charging you ridiculous amounts of money for that app, dog. Which is why I'm telling you, these guys ain't got any visibility, man. No visibility on that app. What are you... I should throw you out, Charles. I should throw you out. Just throw you out right away. Okay? Why the Devin hatred? I don't hate Devin. Devin must take the fight for whatever Loma accepted. Yes, that's what he said. You won't talk about the fact that Devin's team are only asking to see Lomachenko's contracts is the holdup. I talked about that. What do I care? That they asked to see the contract. What do I care? What difference does that make to me? They said money was not an option. They said they would take whatever they offered Lomachenko. And now they're saying the holdup is that we haven't seen Lomachenko's contract. Nah, dog. If they tell you I'm not showing you the contract, take this money, and they say no, they're going to say no. They don't owe them to give him Lomachenko's signature. What are you talking about? What sense does that make? He said he wants to fight. Money's not an issue. He won't let money hold up the fight. Take the offer and fight. He said he'd take the offer and fight. If they say that this is what Loma, but no, we're just waiting to see it. You got to prove to me this is what Loma actually did. All right, I hope so. I hope they show it to him. And then I hope he takes the money. Okay? But guess what? If they don't show it to him, it don't make no difference to me. Because if he turns that fight down, that's him ducking. Period. Point blank, period. And that's not hating because Devin said it. How am I hating on somebody for saying, when they say something, for me to say, he said this, and they didn't just say they would take whatever the deal is that Lomachenko had. They said that money will not be an issue. So whatever it is that man offers that man, because of what Devin said, Devin's got to take it. Otherwise, Devin is not keeping his word because the words left his mouth. Okay? And as Devin Haney fans, you want to hold everybody else responsible for whatever they say out their mouth. You got to hold Devin responsible for what comes out of Devin's mouth. That is just fair. It's not hatred. How you hating somebody by holding him to the same standard for him saying something and not doing something? But by the way, I don't know whether he's going to accept it or not. I'm waiting to see. And I've said that multiple times. I don't know what that is. However, if he's saying I'm waiting, the only reason I haven't taken this fight is because I never got proof of how much money Lomachenko was actually offered. And that's why I'm not taking this fight. I'm going to tell you right now, that's not a very convincing argument. And good luck, Haney fans, trying to sell that. Okay? Because he's got a chance for undisputed, and the man said that money will not be an issue. So money should not be an issue. Right? Shouldn't be an issue. But they never proved to me that Lomachenko was going to actually take that low amount. So we're going to turn down that. You're going to be turning down an offer again. Because by the way, he already said he turned down an offer before. Right? So it won't be to be according to Kambosos' team. Okay? According to Kambosos' team. If they turn down the offer, that would be a second time Devin Haney turned down an offer to fight George Kambosos. You cannot tell me that George Kambosos is ducking him if he says, I will fight for any amount of money, and then turns around and does not accept the offer for any amount of money. And honestly, dude, he doesn't have to fight for any amount of money. He can go on about it and get a bigger payday fighting somebody else to defend his belt. Knock yourself out. But don't go running around talking about that George Kambosos ducked you. That's the only thing you lose, okay? I don't think that Devin Haney's a bad guy if he gets offered $50,000 for a fight and he says, you know what, no, man, I'm not taking $50,000 for this fight, right? I'm not taking $100,000 for this fight. If he decides not to do that, man, I could fully understand it. However, all of you guys that run around talking about George Kambosos is ducking and he's this and he's that, y'all got to zip your lips. Okay, because it would be Devin that turned it down. All right? And Devin said that. And you always holding everybody responsible for what leaves their mouth. Right? Aren't you? How am I hating on Devin for that? Where's the Devin Haney hate? I don't know. I'm still looking for the Devin Haney hate. I've been looking for it. Ain't never found it. Hey, El Santiel said, Devin said he'll match it, but Kambosos has been lying from the beginning. Let me tell you, man. You can say whatever you want. I'm telling you, whatever you want. If he don't take that offer from George Kambosos, you can shut up talking about Kambosos ducked him. If he gets an offer and he says no, stop it. Because the man said that he did say he would match that contract. He did say that. He also said that they would not let money get in the way of the fight. However, with me, I'm going to tell you, I don't take anything that people say in the media seriously. I don't know what the context, I mean, I know the context, but they're just talking. They're just talking. Until they're sitting down in hey, dude, Terry, I'm going to ask you, don't troll me on that subject anymore. All right? I don't appreciate it. I'm just going to be flat with you. Stop it, Terry. I don't appreciate that. Stop it. Okay? And I'm just being, I all day troll, all of that, I appreciate it. It's all fun and games, but dude, stop it. Don't egg people on, bro, because you're egging people on with that. And I don't appreciate it, man. I'm being dead serious. Devin Haney is a good fighter, a very, very good fighter, and I want the best for Devin Haney. I want Devin Haney to get the George Kambosos fight. I do. I hope he gets the fight. But you guys got these standards for people when you jump down other fighters' necks and call them ducks, call them caps, and go all to death on other fighters. And you hold Devin Haney to a different standard. I'm being very factual. If Devin Haney said he will take any amount of money for that fight, which they said, if money is not a problem, we don't care about money. We just want the belts. I want the legacy. That is what he said. If he said that and you hold people responsible for what they say, then you have to hold Devin responsible for what he said. Okay? That's being fair. I'm not being unfair. Okay? George Kambosos, I don't necessarily care for George Kambosos as a fighter, but I'm not going to be unfair to George Kambosos. If you say something to if George Kambosos makes you multiple offers along the terms that you say you would accept, and you don't accept, that's not on George Kambosos, that's on you. Yeah, hey, Terry Smoot, I appreciate that, man. The Devin Haney situation is just too personal. Hey, man, my bad for 9. You know what I be doing. My bad. No worries. I understand, bro. It's no worries, Terry. That's why I was just like, man, not at this particular session. Because for real, I don't appreciate being called a Devin Haney hater. Because I'm not a Devin Haney hater. I'm just not going to say anything Devin Haney says or does is right. And what anybody else says or does is wrong. And why? Because it's Devin Haney. That's not me. I'm not going to do that for Devin Haney because I wouldn't do that against Devin Haney. I wouldn't say, Devin's just ducking. He's scared of George Kambosos. If he doesn't take an offer for $500, if he doesn't take an offer, if he gets offered $50,000, I'm not going to say, yeah, man, Devin's scared because he wouldn't fight for $50,000. No, I wouldn't. That's just not fair to Devin. Okay. They didn't say that. I know they didn't say any amount. Oh, no. Yes, they did. What they said was the money does not matter, is what they said. Money will not hold up the fight. But anyway, dude, if he don't take that fight because he gets to offer too much, he doesn't get offered enough money, don't say he got ducked. Don't say he got ducked. If he turns down a fight, don't say he got ducked. And honestly, man, I can't believe y'all are going with this. They're waiting to see the Lomachenko contract to prove it. They say, look, man, this is what we offered him. Well, you're going to have to prove to me that you offered him that, or I'm not taking it. That don't sound funny to you? That don't sound like they putting $1 on there and he's trying to negotiate for more money? Who's paying? Now it's who's paying, huh? Now we're on to who's paying? I don't know who's paying. I don't know who's paying. All I know is I don't know who they're saying, who's paying. But don't change subjects on me. He got to take that fight, man. Or just stop calling duck. You just take your duck and you stick it in your pocket and you go say it about somebody else. Just take your duck and stick your duck in the pocket and stop calling that man a duck. I'm not saying that Devin Haney is afraid. I'm not saying he's a coward. I'm not saying he's running from anybody. What I'm saying is if he doesn't take the fight, you can take all that duck talk and just put it in your pocket. Because he turned the fight down. And you're going to then tell me, well, he only turned it down because they wouldn't show him the proof that Lomachenko was offered that amount of money. Dude, I can't verify that. I can't verify that. I gotta take somebody's word for that. I don't know whether that doesn't even seem right to me. Doesn't seem right. If the dude said, hey man, this is how much I got offered. This is how much we offered him. You said you would take this. Take it. You said you take it. Here, that's what we offered. Well, can you prove to me this is what you actually offered him? Dude, we're telling you this is what we actually offered him. Okay? Do you want to fight for this fight? Do you want this fight or not, man? It's a legacy fight. You come to Australia. You can beat me. You can take all these belts from me. Why are you letting the money in the way? You saying this is an easy fight, right? I got no chances. I got no chance. Just come and get the belts, man. Come get the belts. Nah, we don't want the belts. You're not paying me enough money. Then don't tell me this guy's going to fight anybody. Don't do that anymore, man. It's just what it is, bro. I'm not riding with that now. See, JJ, stick with the conversation, bro. I don't know whether he's going to take the fight or not, okay? I hope he takes the fight. I'm responding to questions, man. Stick up with the questions, bro. Anyway, in my opinion, unless Henny and his family broke, they should take whatever. It'll pay off after the fight if he wins. Pretty much, bro. Much love in that super chat. Dude, he's got $1 million. Why should the money matter? You got $1 million worth of jewelry on. You got $1 million worth of jewelry on. Why would money matter? He can take that fight. He can take that fight to get those belts. Absolutely he can, right? He's got all kind of money. He's been getting paid. Ain't that what y'all said? He's set for life. He's a great businessman. He got a ton of money out of his own. He's set for life, right? He's got so much money he can afford to spend $1 million a year on jewelry. Okay, so if he's got that much money, it's not about money anymore. Then it shouldn't matter what this guy's offering you for the fight, right? Unless it does matter. And if it does matter, no worries, it matters. So say it, just say it. Nah, dude, I'm not fighting you for nothing. I need fair pay to take this fight. And if that's the truth, cool. There's no worries with that. You know what I mean? That's no problem with that. There's nothing wrong with that, bro. Nothing wrong with that. Marcus Lestrap, it seems to me like you're an idiot. So go away. Seems like you hate him. I mean, what is hateful about this, man? You guys just make, honestly, man, you guys make it very, very unpleasant to be a Devin Haney fan because you take it too far, man. You just got a standard for Devin that is just, you love the guy. I understand it. And honestly, man, knock yourself out, man. However, if the guy says something, he said it. Hold the guy to what the man said. What's the problem? That's not hating on somebody. If that man, you think I should love him? What do you think I should just, oh man, yeah, Devin Haney, everything, I love him so much. Yes, go Devin forever. Man, stop that, man. Dude, he's one of a bunch of fighters, bro. Devin Haney's a great fighter. Wish him the best. There's a lot of other fighters in boxing that are great fighters, and I wish the best. I am not going to hold Devin Haney to some standard that I don't hold other people to. That's not fair to other people. And honestly, man, doesn't make it fun. And I'm not in the business of being a hypocrite, bro. Blacksmith Ross said, don't worry for now. You're good, bro. So I'll be the bad guy. Devin Haney with those soft pillow hands looks like he handles a cookie dough and makes tasty cookies homemade. Big up to the channel, bro. Much love in that super chat, bro. Team Money said, what's in the contract? What's the terms? If slave terms, hell no, Devin shouldn't take it. Right. Don't take it. But don't cry. Don't say that man did. If you say you'll take the same offer and that man says this is the same offer, you got to take the fight, man. Or don't take the fight and stop calling the man a duck. Your choice. Okay? I don't care. I want the guy to get $10 million for the fight. Would love it. No worries. Get $10 million for the fight. However, if you don't take the fight, if this man said, okay, here's the contract. This is the same contract we offered him, and you don't take it off of the you didn't prove it to me line, dog, it just sounds like, dog, you just don't want to fight for that amount of money, man. Okay? And you really didn't mean it when you said you would fight. You really didn't mean it when you said you'd take Lomachenko's terms. Okay? Because honestly, I don't think he believed it. I don't think he ever thought that was going to come around. That's my personal feeling. That he was like, after that deal got done with Lomachenko, I think that they said, look, I'll take whatever offer Lomachenko got. Let's just make the fight. Not thinking that, number one, first of all, not even knowing how much Lomachenko was offered. Okay? Sight unseen. If they don't know how much Lomachenko was offered now, they didn't know how much he was offered then. If they didn't know how much offer he was offered when they said they would take the deal, they shouldn't have said that they would take the deal because they didn't even know what the deal was. So if they say, whatever it is, we'll take it, and they really meant that, they got to do it. But honestly, I just think they were talking, man. That's my personal, I just think it's something they were saying. Yeah, whatever, we'll take whatever that guy offered. Whatever the Lomachenko, because I said it then. I was like, hold on. And I said it on this show. I was like, hold on. If Bill and Devin Haney are serious about getting that fight at this moment, they should say that they would take less than Lomachenko was offered. If they were serious about it, they would say, whatever his offer is, I will take less money than Lomachenko did. I will sweeten the pot for you not to fight Lomachenko. Fight me. If you really wanted it, right? What good does it do to do the same offer? That's not improving anything. All that's doing is just saying, okay, I'm gonna fight Devin and I'm not gonna fight Lomachenko. There's no incentive if it's the same offer to leave the offer that you have, right? There's no offer. There's no incentive in accepting that. The only incentive there is if you're going to take less than that. So quite honestly, and you can call it hate or not, I didn't believe it when they said it. I just thought that they were just kind of like, what's that guy's name? Their hype man? The hype man that's in the corner talking, that rhymes and raps and does all that stuff. I just took it like that. I'm like, okay. Yeah, they just want to let everybody know how much they want to fight. But they're not really serious that they would take that deal because they're smart men. You don't get that far in life just saying, I'm going to accept something sight unseen. Why would you say I'm going to accept a deal sight unseen? Right? If you're going to say it's sight unseen, if they said, well, hey, man, you do realize that he's only getting paid $25,000 for this fight. Would you still take it if it was $25,000? Oh, yeah, we would still take it if it was $25,000. Only reason you would say that, I think, is if you have pretty sure faith that you're never going to have to live up to that because the fight is already done, deal, signed. But then what happened? Jumped in, the war happens in Ukraine, between Ukraine and Russia, and all of a sudden the fight's available. And now George Kambosos and Lou DiBella are holding them to their promise. Right? And if they don't want to keep that promise, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. They're never going to actually say that, oh, we're not willing to accept it. They're not going to do that. What they're going to say is, no, we never got proof. They never gave us the proof that was the real offer. And because what can they do? Now that Lomachenko is not even an option for them, they're in a better place to negotiate more money. So what they're going to do is they're going to negotiate for more money. Because where else does George Kambosos have to go? The entire negotiation is shifted, right? And I think Bill Haney's an intelligent businessman, clearly an intelligent businessman. So what I would suspect that he was doing was saying, look, man, yesterday's prices ain't today's prices. Lomachenko's not an option for you. You're not going to get a Lomachenko fight. Gervonta Davis is not an option for you. You're not going to get a Gervonta Davis fight. Ryan Garcia says he can't even make the weight class anymore. He's not an option for you. The only legitimate option that you have is me. So since I'm the only legitimate option, man, yesterday's prices ain't today's prices. You're going to have to pay me a fair rate. And no, I'm not taking that Lomachenko deal because guess what? Situations changed. Lomachenko's not available at all, right? Why wouldn't you do that? If you're an intelligent businessman, which Bill Haney is and Devin Haney is, okay? I've been in negotiations for contracts for a very long time. Yesterday's prices ain't today's prices. Just because you could pay somebody $50,000 a year 5 years ago, don't mean you can get that same guy for that amount of money now. That guy might be worth $400,000 a year now. Sorry, things change. Prices are fluid. If Devin Haney, and this is why I give the guy respect, because I don't think that they shouldn't even do that. They shouldn't do that. What they should do is say, look, man, I want a fair price for this fight. I'm your only option. So let's negotiate and get to a good deal we can both be happy with. I'll see you in Australia. You don't have any other options now. Screw what I said before because it doesn't apply anymore. You don't have any other options. What's the problem? People do that in negotiations all the time, and that is fair to do in negotiations. The only thing that prohibits is people in comment sections of videos coming to Fanon talking about how he's ducking. Boy, y'all suck. I'm trying to tell y'all can't hang with the kid. Anyway, facts overseas. Hell no. Low ball offers aren't respectable. I believe in taking fights for belts, but hell no, don't take scraps. Hey, man, I wouldn't be mad if he didn't take the scraps. Much love in that super chat, brother. Don't get me wrong. Why should he take scraps? Why should he take scraps? The man ain't got anywhere else to go. Am I hating on Devin by saying that? Devin, if you're listening, tell George Kambosos, yesterday's prices ain't today's prices. I said that because I wanted to get the Lomachenko because I want to fight you, me, not Lomachenko. The incentive to do that because Lomachenko can't fight you now. I'm your only option. So since I'm your only option, the price changed. Give me a fair deal. And we can talk about it for several weeks because guess what? The fight ain't happening for months anyway. So let's negotiate for the next couple weeks and hopefully we can come around to something good. Okay? But that's real negotiations, brother. The moment you take less, you devalue your brand. Hey, nah, not necessarily. Much love in that super chat, brother. Not necessarily. Not necessarily. Because he's got not a lot, you know what I'm saying? He said, Thurman said that yesterday's prices ain't today's prices. Dude, that's what he should do. You know what I'm saying? Now, am I anti-Devin? Was I hating on Devin? No, man, I'm just telling you the truth, bro. I'm not in here all I'm trying to do is shut you up. Trust me, all I'm trying to do. Exactly. New fight contract. Yeah, ain't no problem with that. The only thing that happens is if they don't come to a deal. I know you was Terry Schmoot. It's all good. All it does though is shut that conversation up, man. No joke. Hey, Terry Schmoot said, isn't that what Keith Thurman said? Yesterday's prices ain't today's price. I heard Fat Joe say that. He was like, yesterday's prices ain't today's prices. That was my dude, Fat Joe. I heard Fat Joe say that, brother. You know what I'm saying? No, I said, hey, dog, I'm sorry. Hey, Terry, seriously, man, that whole thing kind of gets on me, brother. He said he's going to try to wait on Lomachenko rather than if he takes 2 years, he's moving funny. If he doesn't fight anybody for 2 years, wake me up and tell me. All right? Hey, God King, if that happens, tell me. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, shut up, Terry, man. Stop all that, brother. I actually I get sideways sometimes, man. Don't let me do you too dirty, man. I get sideways sometimes, man. Hey, Talvin Smith said, how can George offer how much money Judge get if Devin's promoter is the one paying for the fight? Bro, I don't need, dude, you know, like this. Easily. He can make an offer straight to DAZN. Not difficult at all. How you do it is this. You take a piece of paper, right? Or better yet, you type something that says something like this. We will offer you DAZN, Matchroom, Devin Haney Promotions, put all their names on there. A fight with George Kambosos, Ludabella Promotions, Ludabella Entertainment, Pro Bellum, because I think he's part of Pro Bellum too. On this date, at this place, for this amount of money, the responsibilities of the parties are these. DAZN will air the fight on their network, right? In Australia, this network will air the fight in Australia. And they will write all that down on a contract with the signature lines of every party involved and stick that shit in an email and send it to them. Not difficult at all. Okay? Similarly, you can buy a car. You can send an offer to somebody to buy a car when you are giving them the car and they're giving you the money. Not difficult at all. Easy to do. I really wish y'all would stop saying that. You can make an offer for somebody to pay you money. People do it all the damn time. You say, you pay me money and I will fight on your network. Either person can send the agreement, either one. Okay? Because at the end of the day, they're going to both sign it. They're both going to look at it and they're going to add things, take things away, reword things, ask for this, ask for that, refuse this, refuse that. But at the end of the day, it's going to be a piece of paper, a contract that applies to both of them. The offer can come from this guy or that guy, it doesn't matter. The acceptance can come from this guy or that guy, doesn't matter. As long as the consideration is there for this guy and that guy. When you talk about the money is just the consideration, okay? It's not the offer, it's not the acceptance, it's the consideration, okay? Period. Not difficult at all right? They said the offer was sent to Haney. Exactly, and watch this, Grind Hard Sports Nation. Y'all are not lawyers, stop talking about these damn contracts, because I am sick to hearing people that obviously do not know what a contract is talking about contracts. You do not know what one is. Okay, and it is very, very obvious. If I put a piece of paper in front of you and said, write down what a contract is, you wouldn't be able to answer the question correctly. So stop talking about it like you know it, okay? Because people keep saying, well, he didn't sign anything. You know, like Demetrius Andrade. Demetrius Andrade's dad said, well, we never signed the contract. Doesn't mean that you did not execute that contract. Does not mean that they do not have a claim against you for breach of contract just because you did not sign a piece of paper. If they reasonably acted upon your promise, that it was reasonably acted upon your promise and damages resulted, they're going to slap your ass for some money. Okay? They do not have to. Only certain agreements have to be in writing. Okay? Only certain ones. That is something you guys just need to leave alone. Stop talking about, dog, because you don't know. All right? That is a binding agreement. And they do not, only certain specific contracts that are in a basically statutorily requires, a statute or common law requires to be in writing. Are they like real property, like land? You can't buy and sell land unless it's in writing. That's what real property, houses. You cannot steal, you cannot sell houses unless it's in writing. However, if you want to sell somebody a banana, you do not need a contract. If I give you money for the banana and say, show up to my house tomorrow with the banana, you got to either show up with my money and give it back, or you got to show up with the banana. And you do not have to write that down. Okay? You do not have to hire a law firm to draft a contract to buy a banana. All right? Just like when you walk in there into a grocery store or into a 7-Eleven and it says $5.99 for a beer. And you grab the beer, you walk out, you hand that guy $5.99 for that beer, you walk out, you own the beer. If somebody comes back, hold on, where's your contract? No, you don't need it. It'd be nice to have a receipt so they can't turn around and trick on you. But guess what happens? As soon as somebody sees on a camera that you gave him $5 and you walked out, you own that beer. That's just what it is, man. No, let me tell you, a contract is a legally binding agreement. And incomplete. You get a D. And D. Bare minimum answer, not enough detail. Okay? And it is offer, acceptance, and consideration. If you don't say an offer was accepted in exchange for consideration, boom. That is when you have a contract. When you have an offer, when you have acceptance, and you have consideration. Something in exchange, something that you exchanged for the promises. An offer is a promise that I will give you this for that. Somebody accepts it and says, okay. And then they also have to then give the consideration. They have to do something in consideration for that offer or that acceptance and that acceptance. That is what it is. Okay? If you say a legally binding agreement, and you get a D. Okay? You get a D on that one. What constitutes a binding agreement? If you'd like me to phrase it that way, what constitutes a legally binding agreement? That is what the contract is. It's the thing that creates a legally binding agreement. Anyway, it is what it is on all of that. Much love to everybody in the chat. A verbal contract is a contract. It is provided. First of all, your answer, that's circular, H-man. A contract is a contract, is what you're saying. A verbal contract is a contract. Of course, it's a verbal contract. But not all verbal agreements are legally binding, nor are they an enforceable contract. Not all of them are. You have to actually, it has to be legal, number one. Anyway, I'm not going to go into a lecture with y'all all day. Just stop it a lot, okay? Anyway. Said, no, a contract has nothing to do with offer. I can sign a contract with my parole contract is a binding period. Excuse me. Every contract has an offer in it. They are offering you something in exchange for something in that agreement. I promise you. There is no contract. There is absolutely no contract that does not include an offer, somebody's acceptance, and consideration. Your parole is a contract because they're letting you out of jail in exchange for signing it. Aren't they? Aren't they? If you sign a parole agreement, and I had known nothing about virtually nothing about parole agreements. However, if you sign it, right, they're offering you something. We will let you out of jail early, provided you do this. What is that? You don't drink, you get a job, you show up to your parole officer. Right? What do we get out of it? They're getting that you doing the following: looking at a job, not doing any more crimes or whatever, and you doing your community service, whatever it is. That's what they get. What do you get? You get out of jail early. Who's making the offer? The parole board is. They're saying we will let you out if you do this. And then you say, yes, I will do that. Okay, great. Now we're going to do what? We're going to document this agreement so that if we ever have an argument, we can all go back to the paper and look at what we agreed to. Right? And then say, well, how do we know based on this piece of paper that we actually agreed? Oh, we signed our names to this, which represents my agreement, my acceptance of the agreement. There is an offer, an acceptance, and consideration in every contract, without exception. Okay? But not every offer, acceptance, and consideration, not every one of them is legally binding. for public policy reasons, they can refuse to report them. Ramen, dude, unless you've got a degree in law, you don't know what you're, shut up, okay? Because I don't know how else to tell you this. That is what it is. I told you in that contract what you have to do in exchange for what they want. That is what a contract is, friend. You can act like you can say I'm wrong. I'm not wrong. If you got a parole agreement, you were in jail when you got it. If they didn't offer you parole, you'd still be in jail. And guess what else? You have a social contract when you're born in the United States of America, and it's called the Constitution. They allow you to stay on this land when you're born in exchange for you following the Constitution and the laws of the state that you live in. It's a social contract. If you violate that social contract, the terms of that contract says that they can do X to you, like put you in jail for not paying taxes, put you in jail for committing crimes. It is a social contract. On the real. But anyway, no worries, man. You said I was in a law library. I know my shit. It is what it is. Anyway, it is what it is. Hey, well, look, I got to get up out of here. He said, King God said, big facts. You all the way right for 9. Hey, no worries, man. It is what it is, man. It's all good. We can talk about stuff. What did he say? This is what? Said this is the clearest lesson of contract law. Dude, it's crystal clear. I know contracts. Believe you me. Very, very good with them, dog. Very, very good with them. But anyway, it is what it is. Much love to everybody in the chat, everybody in the super chat. And with that, I got to go. Peace.